Oh man, so are we ready for this crap?
Yeah.
Alright, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's just get through this.
Yes, let's do this.
I feel like I have a very specific goal for this. It's gonna be to, like, give you the lore for the adventure continuity from, like, the beginning till, like, the end of the adventure, like, actual show.
I know.
Okay.
I feel like that's a straightforward way to do this.
Yes.
Part 1, Dolore. So already, just like we have the formation of the digital world. So like, as we learn in the show, the digital world is like kind of like a parallel like universe to our world. Like, it's very specifically mentioned that it's like, you know, they have like sort of form simultaneously, but also kind of not. It's very weird. Yeah, digital world forms like, presumably in that time, you know, we have the creation of Yggdrasil, which is the core and god or king of the digital world. This is gonna be very important later on, but not for this session.
So I didn't know we were going this far back.
Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
That's the name of a big tree.
We're gonna go back. Back, way back.
Yeah, we're going all in.
We're going to the creation of the digital world.
It all began 16,000 years ago.
Yeah,
If you're wondering how a digital world can exist without computers and such, it just kind of existed as a different thing.
Yeah, it just
I'm
sort
probably
of...
getting ahead of the PowerPoint though.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's all gonna be like very like weird and confusing, but I'll try to make as much sense as possible.
The third part, the third note there, though.
Yeah. Oh
Massive
yeah.
unhelpful prick.
Oh yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah. Not only is he very unhelpful, we later see that like Yggdrasil and his followers can do stuff, and they just don't.
What is all?
Yeah, we love you, but we're just gonna be lazy, unhelpful douchebags. So, so have fun.
What?
Yeah.
Kind of what God's supposed to do. He doesn't really care, right?
Yeah, he just sort of like just lazes around, just maintains reality or something. I don't know.
It's hard work creating an entire universe.
Keeps the digital world safe by any means necessary.
I should also mention that, like, this character has no canon appearance in the Digimon Adventure continuity that we've seen so far. This is from, like, a layer series. So it's this is literally just to visualize that Yggdrasil is, like, a thing.
It's a little bit of a spoiler, but something that looks like this shows up in Cyber Sleuth.
He exists. But he's completely useless.
Digital world is formed. And we get the formation of, like, 2 other worlds alongside it. Don't ask why these exist, they just kind of do. We got the World of Dreams and the Dark Ocean. Presumably around this time? It's kind of unclear. But yeah, like, the World of Dreams is this weird landscape where, like, the dreams and wishes of, like, literal children can, like, affect reality. And, like, Digivices, you know, access the world of dreams, and they, like, turn those wishes into, like, tangible energy and data. So, yeah, you ever wonder how Digivice works? That's how.
Wait, it's connected to this world of dreams that connects them to the Digi world?
Yes, the Digivices are like... This is already getting confusing, but it's like the Digivices are devices made for the digital world specifically. They're connected to the world of dreams. Like, there's a very, like, specific, like, light-dark thing going on between the world of dreams and the dark ocean.
Yeah, I assume kind of like if you were to say the digital world is like Earth, and then the world of dreams is heaven, and the dark ocean is hell? ?
Dark Ocean's more like a weird Lovecraft Cthulhu thing.
I was wondering why Cthulhu was down there.
Yeah, so that's Digimon.
That's Cthulhu.
I was gonna say that is straight up like some Japanese monster movie shit.
It's straight up just Cthulhu. Fun fact, this thing is an ultimate. It's not even that strong. It just sort of exists.
Wow.
Yeah.
But for some
we'll get to Digimon.
For some reason, like, the Dark Ocean is just sort of referred to as Dagomon's beach overall, even though he's, like, not that strong and doesn't seem to lord over everything. It's all very vague and, like, not well established.
Yeah, but he looks cool, so...
Yeah, the important thing to note is that, like, the Digivices are connected to the light world of dreams, and the Dark Ocean is connected to the literal forces of darkness, which are, like, a hard, tangible thing in this universe.
I got a question. Would that be, like, where the virus Digimon come from?
Not exactly.
No?
So this is, like, a whole weird thing, because, like, viruses are not necessarily evil, they're just more, like... Let's say antagonistic. They more tend to be evil aligned, but they're not necessarily the forces of darkness.
Are you familiar with Guillemon, the red and black dinosaur companion of the main character of the third series?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a virus type.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I should probably mention,
Like another dinosaur type or like something like Agumon. But...
Yeah. Also, the main character's partner of Ghost Game is also a virus type.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should mention, Baron mentioned that...
Evil.
Yeah, no. Baron mentioned that Dagon's like a Lovecraft thing, and yeah, that's just straight up the origin of this. But yeah, I should probably point out that it's like, there's 3 different, like, main attributes of Digimon, for the most part. There's, like, data types, vaccine types, and virus types. And they are about what you would expect. Like, vaccines tend to be like angels, viruses tend to be like demons and stuff, you know, datas are kind of neutral.
There's also like a whole rock, paper, scissors thing going on with it. Yeah. Also, there's a free type, which is just kind of neutral.
Yeah, which is very distinct from being, like, no attribute, I should mention. That is, like, a hard distinction the series makes.
None of that's actually important to the lore, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I told you I was gonna have tons of questions.
Oh, it's fine, yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the Dark Ocean, the Dream World. Sometime after that, homeostasis is established, which is a hard, like, tangible concept. It is like a sentient being. It's like the successor of Yggdrasil. It's kind of like the prince of the digital world in a sense. It basically takes control of, like, actually, like, affecting the world. You know, it's the one that actually goes out and, like, does things. It's also a massive dick, but it's kind of helpful sometimes.
Also a massive dick.
Yeah.
At least he's not useless.
I won't get into it too much right now, but thanks to the worst part of this canon, we know that the higher powers of the digital world kind of suck.
Yeah.
But look at this handsome man.
Yeah, this is where we get the formation of, like, Digi people and Digivices presumably around this time.
Yeah. So he may be a bit. He may be a bit of a prick, but at least he helps.
So I should mention, this beautiful man we're seeing on screen is like Genai, is like a youth, is like a young man. So it's like, he is not a Digimon. This is made very clear. This man who was born and created in the digital world is not a digital monster. He is attributeless. He was created by Yggdrasil along with the rest of his race to serve homeostasis.
He is just a digital... Yeah, he is just a digital man.
Yeah, this is something we're going to have to get used to. There are just, like, Yggdrasil, homeostasis, and the Digi people are straight up non-Digimon digital beings.
You know, like, I probably should have remembered that there were, like, actual people, but never really put that together. I always thought that they were just other people that came to the digital world, not people that were
glossed
created
over super hard.
Yeah, you don't see too many of people like Genai here.
Yeah, I should also mention that this image for homeostasis is not an adventure either, which is why I took it from one of the manga. So this image might not even be canon to this continuity either. For later events, this is going to become extremely confusing as you see characters talk about these forces with no way to visualize them at all.
Yes.
So yeah, sometime after that, like, Apoclymon is sealed beyond the firewall by unknown Digidestined, which is like, this is like distinctly at this point before other events happen, I should note. But yeah, there's like a like wall of protection for the digital world that seals away like, you know, like dangerous and corrupt beings, literally known as the firewall. And it is literally just a big wall of fire.
It's like the opposite of the wall in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Also, like, as you might notice, this dude looks a lot like, you know, like an actual virus. Like, he has that weird sort of, like, you know, like, geometric shape going on.
He looks like that that one guy from the movie. Or it kind of looks like that.
It's not important. I just felt it was worth pointing out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pokelon's like a really like bad dude. He is like an evil force created from dead Digimon that failed to evolve and end up in the recycle bin, essentially. And he is like powerful enough to distort both space and time, which becomes extremely important later on.
What? Distort space and time? That's awful.
Yeah. Whenever Pokemon just like shows up, like time in the digital world specifically gets like desynced from time on Earth and runs at like a very different pace.
But he's behind the firewall now, or whatever.
Yeah,
but his influence still.
He's still being an asshole, though.
He's behind the firewall, but he just sort of, like, comes out every now and then, and people have to, like, deal with it.
If he can distort space and time, I mean, I'm sure he's still affecting it somehow.
Oh, yeah. He's a pretty bad guy.
An asshole.
Right, so, like, Apoklon gets out, and, like, this is where we get, like, other Digidestined before Tai and the others. Because we have Maki and her little Tapermon, and her 4 friends that have to fight, like, Apoklon and his, like, you know, like, his minions, the Dark Masters. So yeah, they fight Apoklon. For some reason, they have, like, ultimate forms, don't worry about it. Homeostasis sacrifices Tapermon specifically. He kills Maki's partner, like, for good, to turn the other 4 Digimon into the Sovereigns, who seal the Dark Masters in a Pokemon way.
This makes Maki sad. No.
She is not okay with this decision.
This is a very important detail.
It is very important that you know that Tapermon dies and Maki is not on board with it.
I currently do not remember the character of Maki.
Yeah. That's fine, because she appears way, way later.
Okay, that's probably why I do not remember her.
Yeah, this whole like opening sequence is basically a law of like, oh yeah, put a pin in this for a moment.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, I thought you were gonna like bounce that around on me. You were gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Maki's actually like Tai and Kari's mom," and I was gonna be like, "Fuck you."
What's going on, Daydream Fantasies? Clearly, Maki didn't roll with this.
Right. So homeostasis sacrificed her Digimon to make her other 4 friends.
It made her
Digimon.
other 4 friends Digimon, like, super powerful.
And,
like,
dick.
Yeah, what a dick. Like, did you, like, give them a second to be like, oh, hey, yo, like, which of you will, like, do the thing? You know, you will, like, think this over? It's like, no, I just do it now. Who cares?
This makes Maki sad face.
Oh, man, this But yeah, this is very important because this is the formation of the 4 sovereigns, which are Zuquilmon, Azulongmon, Ebonwumon, and Baihumon in that order.
Wow. Those are some dope-ass designs.
Yeah. Oh, man. I feel like they've honestly grown on me a lot. Like...
Is that a 2-headed tree turtle?
Yes.
That is fucking awesome.
So it's important to note there are 4 of them. Throughout the series, we will only really deal with one, and it's effing Azulongmon, this little dragon dude.
Oh, the water type looking one?
Yeah. All you really need to know is that, like, these...
But all of the other ones are so much cooler.
Oh, yeah, like, Baihumon is awesome.
I think we see him the least.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's kind of a shame. He's like a crazy tiger dude.
Yeah, that is a crazy-ass designs.
So yeah, if I remember correctly, I forget if I made a slide for this, but yeah, specifically it's like the 4 sovereigns sealed themselves away to keep Apoclymon sealed away and to deal with the Dark Masters. I forget if I mentioned that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Tapermon died and everyone else's Digimon just sort of go away as well. And Maki is not on board with this. Meanwhile, off in the background...
What is that sounding doing?
Yeah, Oikawa sees Digimon, becomes obsessed. He goes on to use his genes to make Digimon hybrids. Don't worry about it. At this point, Oikawa is just like a child sitting in front of a TV and seeing like video game characters. And he's like, dude, that's awesome.
So this guy's just a huge fucking nerd?
Yes. Oikawa is a massive nerd, and he has some very weird implications behind him.
That sounds like a wonderful character.
So yeah, let's just set that for a second. Oh yeah, also Kumon's a thing, don't worry about. Oh yeah, also somewhere in the world Morphomon dies and Chokomon gets a virus.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine, just put in that stuff. just don't worry. No, this matters for now. Just as well like get it out there for completion.
We'll come back to this slide at another time.
We'll come back to this 33 slides from now.
Oh, that's very generous of you.
What, did you like make like a 500 slide presentation for this shit?
Not quite that extreme. But yeah, meanwhile, in the real world, the Hightown View Terrace incident, otherwise known as the Paramount incident. So this is like, if you've seen Digimon the movie, like the dub, this is the opening section, just straight up.
In Japan, this was in Japan, this was a standalone special.
Yes.
Of course it was, because that's why it looked so good.
Yeah, so straight up like, like, Tai is just a baby boy just sitting at home, and, like, suddenly, him and his sister just find a Digimon egg, and then it hatches and evolves up to Agumon. And it, like, evolves again somehow into a Greymon and fights off Parrotmon, who is weirdly an ultimate.
Important to note, this is not the same Agumon that Tai finds later.
Yes. We will get back to this, though.
Yes, I do remember this part.
Unrelated Agumon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Don't
fight...
forget the poop jokes. There were poop jokes.
Oh yeah, there's going to be many poop jokes in this show. But yeah, they fight and both Digimon disappear.
Children, poop jokes.
Yeah, poop is just straight up one of the main types of Digimon.
Yep. So,
yeah, we got him.
Yeah. So yeah, what's important to know is that it's like Agumon's fighting, it doesn't go well, he's like do his thing, and like, like all 8 Digidestined, or all 8 people who become the Digidestined are living around this area, and they all feel like a specific emotion of some kind that like somehow triggers Agumon to evolve without a Digivice. So yeah, oh hey, these kids evolved a Digimon? What the heck? That's super weird, isn't it? Let's look into that.
Well, was it explained where the Paramount came from?
Nope,
It
he
just
just
showed up.
kind of appears.
Okay, they just showed up and they had a kaiju battle and it was awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
In the movie, I believe a hole opens in the sky and an egg appears and it hatches out of the egg.
Which is very weird considering how we know Digimon work, but whatever, it's canon.
But whatever, that never happened.
Yeah,
Canon,
this,
screw the canon. We're gonna morph this shit to make it our own.
yeah, this causes homeostasis to command Guy to research into evolution, and this forms the, like, tags and crests. So these are, like, very important. They're, like, devices that, like, Genai is, like, like, assistants, his, like, co-workers, like, create, which, like, focuses in on each of the emotions those kids, like, felt at that moment, which somehow includes light. Don't worry about it.
Light is an emotion?
Apparently it is. And they, like, focus those emotions so that, like, you can digivolve a Digimon easier. Oh yeah, then evil clown attacks.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
I'm pretty sure the light thing isn't meant to be an emotion. I think it's just that Kari's special.
It's probably just Kari be special, honestly.
Well, I mean, Kari is best character.
Oh man, you're a Digimon XV pet, awesome.
I remember being like 6 and being like, I'm in love with Kari!
Dropping kaiju battles used to be a fun Saturday night in Tokyo. Oh, heck yeah, it did. Crap was rad.
Talk shows and podcasts. Okay, that's accurate. I was wondering what you had labeled the stream as.
Yeah. So presumably, like, around this time, Apocalypse is, like, unsealed and, like, he frees the Dark Masters. He just sort of, like, gets on his own a bit.
So, where are the other 4 guys? Who are not really doing their fucking job, are they?
Yeah, the Sovereigns are just sort of, like, still sealed away somewhere. Like, presumably they're keeping Apocalypse from getting out completely, but they do a very bad job of it.
I think we need new people to do that.
Yeah, this way the norm, the forces of Gur are powerless unless spurred to action by 3 to 8 children with the power to make a bunch of monsters strong enough to overthrow gods and world-conquering threats. Kinda crazy nobody lets this power go to their heads, Lord of the Flies style.
That's a good point.
It would be so...
You're gonna use this power with a bunch of children. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I would have become a fucking super villain.
It would be so easy to just take a Digimon to the real world and be like, alright, I'm just gonna own New York now.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Digimon exists in this kind of fake anime world that Pokemon exists in, where nobody does major crimes with super powerful Pokemon.
But yeah, during this attack, Piedmon puts a spore inside Genai and it makes him an old man. And he cries himself to sleep, realizing all his friends are dead. Good job, homeostasis.
Thanks, man. Wait, Piedmon?
Good job.
Hundreds of years pass, Guy lives in a lab alone, waiting for chosen ones to appear by pure chance. This is fine.
Poor guy.
This is probably the most blatant, like, example of homeostasis just doesn't give a crap in adventure.
Yo, homeostasis is more of an asshole than a fucking Digimon King.
Homeostasis, it's like, oh yeah, do you think we give a fuck about you?
So I did want to put it in here, because I don't know exactly, like, if this would even be a thing. But there we see it, homeostasis just straight up has, like, just megas working for it. Like, it just straight up has, like, friggin' Jessmon. I feel like it probably could have, like, helped, like, fight Piedmon off just a bit, but, it's a bit vague, so, it's hard to say if they could have done or not.
Gotta put the fate of the world on about 8 children.
8 kids who have no idea what they're doing, more or less. 8
Plus
or maybe 7.
His Uber Eats was on the way. He was a little busy.
Oh, you also Gamon's that gets separated somewhere. Don't worry about it.
What?
Yeah, Genai flies
Brutal.
away in a Mechanorimon carrying the eggs of 8 Digimon to, like, hatch for the new Digidestined, and, like, while Piedmon's attacking, he drops one of them.
Yeah, so, but don't worry about it. I'm sure this
Don't
will
worry about
never
it.
come up.
It really should have gone splat, but screw it, it's fine.
I get the impression that Digimon eggs are very durable.
Digimon eggs are probably
Hey, like I
very
said-
durable.
I bet you they'd make
No,
a
it's
really
just
good
his
omelet.
egg that's very durable because you have to remember anime plot armor is a thing.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that in this series.
Plus, we wouldn't get the fan service later on.
Oh yeah, also Taz friends go to summer camp. Okay, yeah, episode 1, let's go.
We finally reached adventure.
It only
here.
took us 30
Yay.
minutes.
This is where I started.
Part 2, Devimon is a bad boy. So Digidestined find Digivices, transport to the digital world, everyone gets a cool pet monster. Oh yeah, and the giant bug monster just tries to murder everyone.
Yeah, it gave me a nightmare when I was a little kid.
Man, Kawagamon's sick, I love him.
I know, he's so cool.
It should be mentioned that, like, before everyone gets transported away, we do hear about, like, weird climate change stuff happening. Like, you know, there's, like, weird snow in the desert and, like, lots of weird environmental stuff.
Yeah, weren't they at like summer camp, right? And then it started snowing when they got their
Yes.
Digi crests.
Yep. Don't worry about it. They just sort of fall into the ocean and it becomes a portal somehow. It's very abstract.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
point
this will
is...
never come up again.
Yeah. Point is, like, Kuwagama attacks and everyone's, like, Digimon evolves and they just beat him. And we, like, get to meet our little good monster boys. Fun fact, Gabumon wears data from Garumon's fur as a pelt. Despite being a reptile-type Digimon, still evolves into the beast-type Garurumon. Yeah.
I forgot Gabumon was actually like a reptile.
Yeah,
I thought he
Gabumon's
was
like a
more-
lizard.
I
And he-
knew that was like a jacket thing, but I didn't.
Yeah, he wears the fur of the thing he's going to turn into. Because that's how it works.
That's fucked up.
Cav is. Oh, you also, fun fact, Palmon can drain the energy from enemies by stabbing them with her leg roots. If that's not terrifying, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that is kind of terrifying.
So I should probably explain how evolution works real quick. There's like 7 stages overall, as we've like demonstrated on this quick little graph. We got like fresh/baby 1 is in Japan, entrain/baby 2. I should mention the right ones are like the Japanese terms and the left ones are like the English terms. We have rookie/child form, champion/adult form, ultimate/perfect, which is very confusing because the Japanese term for Omega is ultimate.
Eh?
So
Wait,
like,
why would they
yeah.
go perfect ultimate? That doesn't make sense.
It's only really an issue if you start watching both series and then you talk with your friends about Digimon and it's like, oh yeah, that's an ultimate. You mean a mega? No, I mean an ultimate.
Yeah, I'll be using the English terms for simplicity, but it's worth knowing that, like, in Japan, like, Mega is considered ultimate, and Ultimate's considered perfect. Oh, we have
because that
Ultra
makes total
form.
sense.
Ultra, which is
Yeah, which is
Ultra-
also counted as, like, a Mega/Ultimate, but is, like, distinctly stronger.
Ultra is easy to remember what stage it is because it's always a step beyond Mega.
Yes, is like, if you're familiar with Omnimon, it's like Omnimon stage. The only thing we've seen so far, and that we'll probably see for this entire thing that's like Ultra stage, is Apoclymon. So it's like, in case you're wondering, like, wait, how can like 4 Megas struggle against one guy? That's how, because he's like stronger than them.
because he's an ultra.
Yeah.
Fucking easy.
He is like distinctly a stage above like what Digimon can normally even like hope to achieve. Like, Mega is like the hardest of hard capstones, and even that's like basically impossible in this continuity as of right now.
Ultras require stuff like fusions.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like when what was it? I forgot their names, but in the movie when the two
when they form
Matt and Todd
Omnimon.
form Omnimon,
Yeah. That's like basically what we're dealing
Yeah.
with. There's only, I think, like something like 20 ultras in the canon overall or something. It's like stupidly rare. But yeah, essentially, like, most of the Digimon we're gonna be dealing with are, like, champion stage, and, like, a few of them that'll be popping up are, like, around Ultimate, and that's usually about as far as it goes. People, like, people specifically refer to Ultimates as, like, fully evolved Digimon, is, like, normally just the highest stage you can achieve, ignoring these other stages.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids getting nearly killed by monsters. Agumon evolves into Goron to fight Shellmon. Gabumon turns into Garuma to fight Seedramon. They're cool boys. I'm going to... Yeah. So I should mention how the show works. It's like a very distinctive formula. It's like, alright, the kids are like hanging out in the digital world, and there's like some weird stuff going on they encounter. They like see some like crazy stuff go down. And, like, a champion will just attack them, and their Digimon will Digivolve, and it'll play, like, a cool insert song in, like, the sub. And it's, like, every time they just have a quick, like, fight to the song that has to last the length of the song. So it is very specific.
Sorry?
Fortunately, in the original audio, it's a cool song called Braveheart.
Yeah. It's a really
Unfortunately,
cool song.
in the dub, it's not Hey Digimon at first. It's something else, right?
Yeah, I think the dub this had like generic, like, you know, action music. Like it's way less cool.
Yeah.
It's what I grew up with, but you're probably right, and probably not as good as like the original.
We've watched both. Trust us, the Japanese music score is way better. Like, there's no competition.
Yeah, the important thing to know is that, like, a character will be, like, in trouble, and their Digimon will evolve, and they'll have, like, a neat little character moment around it, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a cool little scene. Fun fact, where Garumon's fur is as hard as Mithril, but because Mithril's a mythical metal, we have no idea how hard that actually is. This is stated in canon in the episode. Also, it can... Yeah.
Because of Lord of the Rings, come on, Mithril. We all know Frodo had a Mithril shirt.
It can also cut things with its shoulder fur.
If Frodo had Mithril, but didn't he get stabbed through it anyways?
I think he does.
And he didn't, and everybody thought he died, but he didn't.
No, right, no, you're right, yeah. Oh, man, but yeah, it was worth knowing. This is the scale we're dealing with champions. These things already have, like, you know, pelts that are at least as hard as, like, stone, and they're just fighting monsters. So yeah, the Digidescents actually figure out how evolution works after, like, the second time it happens, weirdly enough. Like, this is one of the things I really like about the show. It's like, the original Digidestined are actually, like, smart and reasonable about this stuff, and they, like, recognize there's a pattern, and they, like, quickly kind of figure out the methodology.
Well, I mean, you're a fucking genius, so...
Yeah, so it's like your Digimon partner's tamer has to have a Digivice on their person. You need to have your Digimon, like, well-fed so they have enough energy to actually, like, transform and fight. And, like, after evolving, you know, they get tired and they need to, like, rest up a bit. You know, you can't just keep doing this stuff back to back. You know, it's like, it's a very intensive process.
Not unless you want to show your children how it's done.
What does that even mean?
I'll beat my children.
Oh no.
We've already done this.
Well, that won't work because then you won't be in danger.
Yeah, let me just get Superman again.
Now if I get high scores to see the parents in evolution. Oh man.
This only gets partner Digimon up to champion. So what? Wait, why?
Yeah, because like going past champion is really hard.
Okay. That makes sense.
Getting higher than champion requires special methods.
At first, I thought you were going to be like, well, they just can't because not allowed.
Yeah, it's really hard to get that strong. Like, generally, like, in their natural environment, it takes Digimon, like, years and years between each, like, evolution, and we're just, like, speedrunning the process in a matter of, like, weeks, basically.
Right, I just went back to the chart in my head, and the champion was the one that we were talking about that is the farthest I think they get in this season or whatnot.
Furthest for now. Yeah, for now.
At ATM.
So you might be wondering, why does Maki have a Megadramon, which is like an ultimate? And the answer is, don't worry about it. This was like, because of the timeline, this literally has to be before the Crestworth thing. So I don't know, I guess they just trained really hard and just did it.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could get away with that in school. My teachers were just like, in that history book, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
We're going to say a lot of don't worry about it.
It's not
Forget about it.
Yeah, Beyond evolves into Birdron to fight Meramon, who's a cool fire dude. And like, oh hey, as we beat him, like a mysterious black gear comes out of him, and he calms down. Yeah, that's weird, huh? More what the deal with that is. Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Chuck it in the bin.
Yeah. Fun fact, Birdron's formed from the flames of the firewall of the digital world. It's also considered to be a Dragon-type Digimon due to possessing the Dra suffix in its name. Yeah, Digimon names are syntactual. I don't know if that's even a word.
It's more of like a phoenix, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, this is literally made from like the fire that's meant to seal evil Digimon away, which is why it's a vaccine type.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I should also.
The Birdramon has like a toothy mouth, which is probably where the dragon comes from.
As we go back to the slide,
I was going to say it's got the goofiest fucking overbite.
Oh
yeah, this thing looks like a goober. Yeah, I like Birdramon. It is a very weird face.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like a duck with teeth sticking out of its bill.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? But don't worry, it's like Birdramon is not a phoenix because that comes later.
With chicken feet. I'm sorry, Birdramon. I think you're really cool.
It looks a little less goofy when you see that its teeth, they're not like sticking straight out. They're like kind of like hooked.
Yeah.
I know. It's just this one slide.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the slide when we were looking at Gururumon. If you looked at him, he had like the goofiest like fucking wobble eyes.
I love this season, but like boy, are some of the animation stills a bit wonky.
That is early on, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, boy do they have some wonky stills in this show. But yeah, I should probably mention real quick that it's like, yeah, Digimon names are syntax-based, like, they're literally like, you know, like blank mon, and the mon stands for monster. So it's like, I believe Agu, like, is like a word that, like, relates to fire or something, so he's literally like fire monster. And it's like, this is like bird dragon monster, because that's what the Dra is like, you know, a stand-in for.
That's what, bird dragon monster.
Yeah, this goes on and it gets really dumb at like some points.
Very on the nose, really.
Yeah, there's literally like a character. Sorry, what'd you say?
I would say that is very on the nose type shit right there.
There's literally a character. It's like a demon man, and his name is like Daemon or Demon.
God.
It's pronounced like Daemon, but it's spelled just Demon.
Yeah.
Demon.
But did I pronounce it this way? No, you pronounce it this way, you idiot.
It's Daemon, not Demon.
So yeah, meanwhile, you know, more episodes going on, kids are sort of wandering around, and oh hey, there's a factory that makes nothing where a killer cyborg nearly murders them for trespassing.
Exterminate children.
Yeah.
Yes. He's very Terminator-esque.
Yeah, it's very much like, so this is Andromon, and he just sort of like walks at you, and no matter what you do, he just doesn't stop. He is a very slow moving threat that just sort of powers his way through crap. He's awesome.
He's like a walking tank.
Yeah. Digimon, fighter of the Nightmon. Yeah, this is where something interesting happens, because, like, as they're running away, Izzy, like, ends up in a room where he finds Digimon writing on the wall and learns that in this world, words act as code that have actual power. So it's like, there's a cool moment where he's, like, studying the text, and he's like, oh, what does this do? And he, like, you know, like, he erases part of a letter, and the power to the factory just shuts down. And he, like, takes out, like, you know, a pin, just, like, you know, marks it back, and the power turns back on. And it's like, oh, okay. Like,
That makes sense.
yeah, this writing is literally, like, you know, the code telling this factory to, like, have power through it.
Izzy found the control panel.
Yeah. And this gets really cool later on, because, like, alright, everyone's fighting Andromon, but, like, turns out Andromon's our first ultimate of the series that we see on screen. So yeah, they just can't, like, scratch him, you know. Like, they're doing their big attacks, they're, like, shooting their fireballs, nothing, you know. Like, they can't do anything against him. And, like, this is where Izzy pulls, like, a Giga Chad move. And he, like, he manages to, like, open his little laptop, because he's, like, the computer of the group. And because he's, like, connected to his Digimon as, like, the partner, he just hits a button to activate the code on the wall, and, like, falls the power into his Digimon, and hacks Tintomon to make him evolve.
Yes. That sounds good.
That makes so much sense for how Izzy would get his Digimon to upgrade.
Like,
evolve.
They go through the kids, and it's like, oh yeah, Sora's whole thing is she wants Biyomon to be more independent, and, you know, she has to, like, you know, learn to accept her Digimon as is and stuff, you know. Matt has a whole thing where, you know, like, he's, like, jumps into, like, a pond to, like, save Gobon from drowning. Izzy's just like, nah, let me just hack this crap.
Yeah. Everybody's like, the power of friendship is like, computers.
Power of science is where it's at.
The power of friendship is specifically Matt's deal.
Yeah, as we learn later. But yeah, Izzy, like, realizes...
Friendship is magic.
Izzy quickly realizes there's, like, a black gear in Andron's leg that's making him go crazy, and they, like, precision target the leg to destroy it. And that, like, makes him calm down and solves everything, you know. Andromon's a cool guy, it was just the black gear making him go evil.
Yeah, so is he tapped into
what
fat?
am I supposed to do with only one leg?
Yeah.
I mean, they
And
don't,
got the best Digimon.
well, they
Yeah.
straight up don't have the power to destroy his leg.
Yeah, side note, Commentarymon's the best adventure champion, don't at me, you know it's true. Izzy's the best.
Best entertainer. You know, it's true. It's true. It's damn true.
We have a few more episodes. Palma evolves into Togon, which is this cool boxing cactus thing to fight Monzemon, who's an ultimate. And he just sort of, like, boxes the stuffing out of him, and the black gear flies out, and it's fine.
Unfortunately, despite the way Togemon looks, it doesn't punch all that much.
Yeah, no, that'd be hard to
like,
animate.
Doesn't it, like, shoot its quills at people? Or whatever?
Yeah.
In almost every fight, Togemon just spins in a circle and fires needles.
I love that face. It's just...
I like Togemon a lot.
So yeah, Goemon evolves into a Kakumon fight Yaemon. Yeah, I should just mention, Monzemon's just a giant Tay bear that shoots laser beams out of its eyes.
Yeah, you had him as your thing for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, and Monzymon's entire, like, episode is that there's, like, a town made out of, like, abandoned toys, and Monzymon's trying to, like, secure freedom for the toys for self-expression or some crap. Like, it's something wild like that. I forget the exact phrasing.
Yes, a typical normal thing that happens. A toy evil revolution.
A toy revolution. Fun fact, Togemon's rumored to be created by Venomon to be a living plant bioweapon intended to storm Area 51. Yeah, this is real.
Hey, what?
Yes. There's there's a log entry somewhere that was just on the wiki that mentions that, like, there's an incident where Venomon was captured in Area 51 as the alien they found. It was a Digimon. And, like, they studied him and managed to create, like, I think it's, like, Metal Venomon or something. It's, like, Cyber Venomon, something like that. It's, like, evolved form. And while he was trapped, the rest of his species genetically, like, I should say genetically, more like, data-wise, like, created effing Togemon to attack Area 51 and rescue him.
Holy shit, what is going on with this Venomon? He looks weird.
Venomon is, like, a weird alien dude. He's, like, a brain with, like, a stem. And, like, eyes.
There's a Venomon X? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I had to look this up because I was looking at Venomon and I couldn't not think of Darth Vader. And then I was completely wrong.
It should be known that until Venomon was released, like, Togemon all across the country began to advance on, and I quote, every military base.
Oh.
Yes, Area 51, that one too.
That's right, sup, brothers and sisters, the toy evolution is at hand.
Sir, we have a problem. What's that? We have cactuses running at us with boxing gloves.
We have, like, thousands of cactuses just slowly walking across the desert.
There is an army of cacti coming at us.
So this...
Not relevant to the original series, but in the 2020 reboot, there's, like, Venomon is a fairly important plot element.
Oh, man.
I love that. That's the bottom of it. No, seriously, this is not a joke. It is canon.
So yeah, shortly after that, like, we got, what, how many evolutions is that? About, like, 7 or so? Yeah, that's about right. Oh yeah, Digimon's a thing now. Right, yeah, we have 6 out of the way.
Because, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Digimon rises, Don shows up, and he's, like, weirdly the smartest villain in the effing series, just straight up. Because he just, like, he looks at all the chosen children, and he's like, oh, well, they have the Digivice, so they're, like, here for the forces of good. And there's, like, 6 of them with champions. I don't know if I'd take that. That might be a bit... That'd be a bit hard.
Nah. He's got this.
So yeah, Digimon says this whole plan he develops where it's like, first he mind controls Leomon, and then sends Leomon and, like, Ogremon after her kids to sort of, like, ascertain their strength a bit, figure out, like, how strong they actually are and, weaken them down a bit. So it's like, Leomon shows up, and, Togemon just looks at me, he's like, oh yeah, Leomon's like a good Digi, he's like a heroic noble spirit, he never hurt anyone, and Leomon just looks at the kids and specifically says, kill the children.
This is a giant lion man that wears jeans, by the way, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, he has a cool sword and everything, he's rad.
Get to it.
It's pretty awesome.
He just literally looked at him and said, bitch, fuck those kids, kill them.
Yeah. Man, kids are like, they, like, manage to fight them off, but they're ultimately forced to, like, run away because, again, like, limited energy on your, like, monsters, there's only, like, so much fine you can do. Fun fact, Devron used to be an angel-type Digimon before being tempted by Demi-Daimon and abandoning the Angel's holy order. He's literally a fallen angel.
He's quite literally.
This is literally just the devil.
He is literally Satan.
No, that's a different Digimon.
I guess like Satan really didn't need to be convinced to be evil. He just was.
Yeah. Kids are Daimon's bear rest and regain their energy. That's all part of the trap. But don't worry about that. Dub TK likes peanut butter and pickles on his pizza. What the fuck?
Okay, you know what? Pineapples on pizza, fine. You throw whatever on there, cool. But peanut butter and pickles, that doesn't even make sense.
Well, what the crap is the dub? I can't go over this line. There's nothing worse than this.
It's like, you know what my favorite snack is? A good old pickle dipped in peanut butter. Like,
if you're into like peanut butter and pickle pizza, then you are like just objectively amoral.
Sometimes I like to make myself a peanut butter and pickle smoothie.
Can you imagine just calling up Domino's and saying that? Like, hey Domino's, can you make me a peanut butter and pickle pizza, please?
I'm sorry, who wrote that?
The dub writers were like on some crap when they made this series. Well, alright.
They're on a slightly toned down version mixture of drugs that I believe the Riverdale writers are on.
I don't think they were on drugs. They were probably just like, what do kids like? I don't know, peanut butter? Pickles? Pizza?
I think the joke is literally meant to be that it's like weird and disgusting, but like, well, why? Why'd you introduce this character trait? So yeah,
TK like a baby.
I also want to try making a butter and pickle pizza. Almost, Baron, you would die.
Baron, please.
You would die as soon as you took a bite out of that.
Baron, don't. We need you, Holmes.
So Daimon's plan is like pretty straightforward. So it's like, alright, tower out the Digidesta and their Digimon a bit, lure him to his mansion, and like create illusionary food that like seems to have a taste, but like doesn't actually give you energy, which he can just kind of do.
That's evil.
Yeah, sure, just like evil powers and stuff. Daimon's got lots of weird abilities.
Yeah, don't you remember that's Dark Lord 101?
Yeah.
Illusionary food.
And you just like, he gets them in their beds, and he makes the beds like fly around and makes the mansion just disappear because it's also an illusion.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Yeah. And he's like, alright, I've got them suspended. I'm going to, like, take all of them out, like, one at a time while their Digimon are, like, weakened, so they can't, like, help each other. And, like, while this is, like, happening, I forget the exact sequence of events. I probably should have looked into this, like, more or whatever. But yeah, like, while this is happening, like, Leomon breaks free of the mind control for a minute. Yeah, he, like, breaks free of it, and he, like, attacks Devimon, manages to fight back for a bit, and makes Devimon, like, lose control, and all the beds just go, like, flying everywhere. So basically it's like, Devimon's powers split the island apart, and they all get sent to, like, different parts of the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably mention that, like, so far the entire series has taken place on Foul Island, which is, like, it's one specific, like, large island in the digital world. Yeah, there's a real, like, computer naming theme going on here, if you didn't, like, kind of expect, yeah.
Yeah, I can understand why they would do that.
And if you say it really quickly, you don't even realize what you're saying. Island.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
God, if D&D just eventually has a Phyland, that's gonna be, like, insane.
Oh, God.
Yeah, kids get to split up a mansion and she fight through Daimon's minions and beat up. That was pretty easy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of little, like, misadventures happen. Like, it's a lot of, like, the kids befriending other Digimon and trying to find food so they can, like, power up their Digimon and actually fight back. So there's, like, there's a lot of very memorable episodes that comes out of this. There's, like, There's like a Digimon temple. There's like a Digivice temple they go to. There's like, like a section of the island where like Joe and Sora have to fight off a bunch of like Bakumon, which are like ghost monsters. They're just straight up like little ghosts, and they have to like they have a good moment where like, like the Digimon are in like a holding cell, and they're like just like the Bakumon guarding them is like a banana, and they're like, oh, this guy looks really stupid, maybe we could trick him. And they're like, hey, don't you know your job? You're supposed to like taunt us with that food. Yeah, come on, just, you got taunt us with it, really push it in our face. And he's like, just like, oh, am I doing it right? They're like, nope, gotta get closer, like, we can't see it well enough, it's not, like, tempting enough. And they just steal his bananas and just beat the crap out of him.
No, let's just force feed him peanut butter and pickle pizza.
See, now that's evil.
Oh man, that's like inhumane. Also, yeah, TK finds the primary village, which is the place where all Digimon are born. So this is where we learn that Digimon work on like a reincarnation system for the most part. So it's like, you're, born, you like, you're just an egg, you like hatch out, you evolve up, and if you can't like just keep the cycle going, then you just sort of die, quote unquote, for real, and you just end up in basically like the trash bin. And that's what Pokemon is, to bring this back for a second. Stealing bananas followed by violence works on Yiga Clan too.
This is what you do when somebody comes at you with a banana.
Yeah, Digimon die, come back here as eggs, share life. Yeah, normally that's. Yeah. So yeah, everyone fights Devimon, who just absorbs the black gears to become stronger. And this makes him, like, able to keep up with everyone's Digimon, but still, it's a pretty big risk, Like, it's dark power, it's unstable, it's a last resort type of deal. Until, like, Paimon just evolves into Angemon, TK finally gets his evolution, and he sacrifices himself to kill Devimon. So Paimon immediately comes back as an egg, which somehow is in the primary village, but don't worry about it. So, if I remember right, yeah.
So Devimon was originally, I assume, an Angemon that became evil and turned into Devimon.
Not specifically an Angemon. Presumably, he was always a Devimon. He just became evil.
No, there's theories that Devimon is specifically a fallen Angemon.
Oh, are there? Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but it's like, Digimon lore is weird in some places like this, because it's like, Digimon are just kind of formed from concepts as is, from like data and stuff. So it's like, Devimon specifically formed from like, the data of like, the concept of like a literal like demon, but he still had like a weird like fall from grace, because like that's also part of the lore.
I mean, like, the 2020 reboot makes the connection way more obvious.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, very sad. He was pretty cool and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Daimon just seemingly like doesn't come back, and he just like disappears. Yeah, don't worry about that. It's fine. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
I'm sure it will never come back up again.
Yeah, because he definitely doesn't just pop back up in the primary village, seemingly. And he doesn't just pop up where he died as, like, an egg. So, like, I think
he just reappears there because, probably, like, the Digidestined connection.
Yeah. But yeah, that's worth knowing. It's also worth knowing, this is like the first time we actually see a Digimon die on screen. Like, before this point, we see Digimon get like, like knocked out or like tossed away or anything, or like they destroy the black gear. These are like the first actual deaths in the series.
Yeah, from what I remember, I was very, very upset about this, because I was like, wait, he's actually dead? And then it was just like, oh, now he's an egg. But it still didn't take away from the fact that I watched him die.
Yeah, it's less like Angemon dies and more he just, like, gets depowered.
Yeah, he gets reverted.
Yeah, if you really think about it. So, part 3, Monkey Elvis now, I guess.
What a perfect transition.
See, after they, like, beat Devimon, they actually finally, like, run to a hologram projection of Genai, that guy from way back in the lore section.
Man.
Yeah, the old
The
man.
handsome one?
Yeah, the handsome one who became an old man because evil.
I thought for a second you were actually talking like it was like an old hologram, but it's just a hologram of him being
No,
old.
It's a hologram of him as an old man. Because he is an old man now, yeah. So Guy tells the kids they need to defeat a great evil force on the continent of Server. There's more places outside of Foul Island? What?
What?
Yes.
The whole server?
There's a whole continent out there. Jeez, that's crazy.
A whole new world.
So yeah, we learn about the tags and crests officially now, and then, like, everyone, like, gets together with, like, all the friends they've, like, made along the way so far across the first arc, and they build a raft to set out to sea to go to the next, like, area. To, like, just go from this island to, like, an entire continent away.
Yeah, we don't have any boats. You're going to have to build your own rafts.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Tutorial over time for the main game, exactly.
This is where the real game begins.
So yeah, they go out to sea, and like a giant whale just swallows them, and they have to save them from a black gear inside them. Yeah, it turns out Devimon's dead, but the black gears just exist without him. Like, they're just sort of like, you know, their own thing. So, like, people that have the gears in them are still just kind of around.
He's just using them as like a power-up or like a control device or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous, but it seems that, like, the logic is literally that because Devimon is evil, he can control, like, the powers of darkness, and that lets him control Digimon with black gears.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah. It's not directly established in a, like, meaningful way, but it seems like that's basically what we're working with. But yeah, it's specific that's like...
It does make sense. Bad guy controls bad things. It's just kind of how it works.
But yeah, it is worth knowing that it's like the black gears are not like a powered Devimon like created. They existed before him. So like when he dies, they don't go away. There's... I have some ideas about that later on, but we'll get into that in like a bit. But yeah, meanwhile, the kids just like get Waymon to take them to a cave, and hey, here's all the tags. Alright. Yeah, now we just have to find the crests.
Wait, they found them all that quickly?
Well, we still need the crests, otherwise the tags are useless, but we at least have the things to put the crests in now.
Right, I see. Now they need to find the individual crests, which is their next thing.
I have no idea why they hid these two things separately.
Well, obviously so the bad guys can't get them.
But if the bad guys found the tags, then they'd be screwed either way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have the, like, 8 crusts here. We have, like, courage, friendship, love, sincerity, which is purity in Japan. I can see why they changed it. That's weird. Effing knowledge, reliability, which is sincerity in Japan. I should mention this is, like, Joe's crest, so it's like... I guess he's meant to be more sincere than reliable. I don't know, reliability fits him more. Hope and light.
Yeah.
No. In Japanese, Joe's is faith.
Is it? Man, I looked up on the wiki and it said sincerity.
Let me...
I could be super wrong. I probably, like, mixed up. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess.
I'll double check.
Courage is Tai. Friendship is Matt. Love is Sora. Sincerity is... Mimi.
Yep.
Knowledge is Izzy, reliability is Joe, hope is TK, and light is Kari.
Exactly, yeah. 100%.
Boom! I remembered all of them.
It's honesty in Japan.
Okay, there's probably some weird translation things going on then, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just worth knowing that they're like different like terms.
Honesty, sincerity, about the same thing.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah. So yeah, now crap gets real. Because hey, there's just a monkey with an Elvis impersonation, the dub, who just shows up.
By the way, it is the best part of the dub.
Yeah. Edamon is great. So yeah, Edamon just shows up, and he's just got this cool, like, this effing, like, just trailer he's just, like, driving around in, and it's pulled by, like, 2 Monochromon, which are, like, these big, like, Triceratops-looking mother effers. And he's just using the power of something called the Dark Network, which lets him just, like, immediately just de-Digivolve, like, partner Digimon just at will. Like, everyone Digivolves up to Fam, and he just, like, screams Dark Network, and they just, like, just revert. And they're just like, oh, well, crap, now we can't fight him. This is a problem. Yeah, Emon's also a straight up, like, an ultimate level Digimon, so even if they weren't full strength, he'd still be, like, a big deal. Also an Elvis impersonator, so doubly hard to defeat.
How can you defeat the smooth moves?
Yeah, oh
You
man,
can't
Elmon's got some great moments. He is the king.
In the building.
We stand him super hard. Fun fact, Elmon's not a monkey. He is a Digimon wearing a monkey suit. What does he look like outside of the suit? I have no idea.
I don't know.
The world.
He's a Digi person, but he's just
That's
really
just as big of a mystery as how many licks it takes to get into the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, because, like, you look at his design, he's got, like, stitches on his arm and, like, a zipper and crap, and it's like, oh, what? Alright.
He looks like he's wearing a skin suit. Yeah, he really does.
So yeah, kids find the Crest of Courage and they flee from Elmon. They can't find him, they only run away and hope they can find a way to get ultimate later on. Yeah, speaking of, let's like try and experiment with some crap. Oh god, no, that was a bad idea. So
that thing's terrifying.
Yeah, as we previously mentioned, like, the kids, like, very quickly figure out how evolution works. So they got one of the crests, and, Ty's just like, alright, well, we have the thing, and we know how this works. Let's just, like, feed Agumon just a crap load of fish and hope something happens. And it doesn't quite work out, and then Ty's like, alright, I'm going to willingly throw myself in danger to force, like, Agumon to become stronger. And he just, like, runs in front of, like, a wild Greymon that's, like, attacking, it's being controlled by Amon. And he's like, hey, dinosaur, kill me, won't you? And he just looks at Agumon and he basically, like, winks. And Agumon's like, well, crap, it's do or die time.
He just looks at him and goes like, bitch, what the fuck you doing?
I kind of remember that, and I think that I was telling my brother while watching that, I was like, why is he being such an asshole?
Yeah, it's cause, like, we don't have time to mess around, we gotta find ultimate.
Also,
we need every advantage we could get. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. Ty's a dumb kid.
Yeah.
This is very true.
I should mention, like, one of Ty's main character traits is he's very handsy and very impulsive.
Yeah, him and Matt got into a lot of fights.
Yeah, that's a thing I should probably mention. While they're on their little, like, adventure in Foul Island, like, trying to meet back up, him and Ty just start, like, getting ready to fist fight. Sorry, Ty and Matt start getting ready to fist fight.
Yeah, those two are ready to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. Ty is very impulsive for a leader.
He's very cocky, yes.
Because they forced Agumon to evolve through, like, just, like, unnatural means, he becomes a big skeleton monster and just starts, like, attacking everyone.
This is the first Dark Evolution in the Digimon series.
Speaking of, here's a slab out Dark Evolutions.
Nice.
Powered by anger and hate evolves through desperation. Not in valid forms, they are still like higher forms, but they are wild and uncontrollable, so they're like usually not as good as the real evolution, the quote-unquote true one, but they are still really powerful and dangerous, and it's generally not a good thing when this happens.
I'm sad you didn't include the newest, coolest one.
Yeah, I went with the images I could find.
That's fine.
Skull Greymon's pretty badass, man.
Oh, man.
It's like an evil dry bones.
But yeah, it's worth knowing this is gonna be a big thing going forward. Like, don't force your Digimon to evolve or bad things will happen. You know, it has to happen naturally. You have to, like, you have to respect the process.
Or you'll get Skeleton Godzilla.
Yeah, and he'll try to murder you. It is worth knowing that, like, Skullgron just straight up murders the Greymon that's attacking them. Like, directly.
I see the second one's is like a snake demon dragon thing. But what's the bottom one?
So the second one's Magidramon. That's like what Guilmon's Dark Evolution is.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is Shine Greymon Ruin Mode.
Oh.
So Shine Greymon is an alternate mega form for Agumon. And there's like a Dark Evolution form of it before it acquires Burst Mode, which is like a huge like other thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's very much worth knowing that it's like Shine Greymon's line is directly stand in the lore to be like just a straight like upgrade of the normal Greymon line. Is like Geo Greymon, Rise Greymon, and Shine Greymon are better than like Greymon, Melgron, War Greymon in like specifically like pretty much every way. They're just straight improvements.
I see.
Sounds pretty understandable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta keep coming up with new ways to power them up, right?
Yeah.
In the voice text chat, I have posted the newest Dark Evolution.
Nice. But yeah, so they're like going on. I'm not gonna go like every single crest asking about like, that there's sort of here and there. Cockatricemon's a thing. I mean, he finds the crest of sincerity in a giant cactus. Like, this is the infamous boat episode where, like, there's just, like, a bird monster disguised as, like, a normal human sea captain, and the disguise makes no sense at all.
What?
Like, we literally go from seeing, like, an old man piloting, like, a desert, like, sand ship, and he just, like, rips off the mask, and it's, like, a bird monster now, like, immediately. He's just immediately, like, operating like levers with his beak and stuff.
That makes total sense.
It is so much more confusing than I'm making it sound. Oh yeah, also while trying the desert, Kawagumon comes back, which is implied to be that Kawagumon. Yeah, the one they fought in episode 1. It just somehow showed up here and attacked again.
The one that fell off the cliff and on File Island just showed up and fucking the other continent.
Yeah, because like they did kill it, and they see this one, and they're like, "Oh, it's the same one, isn't it?"
This is just like some, guess what? I lived, bitch.
Yeah, I have
they fall off the cliff.
Yeah, they also fall off the cliff.
They fall off the cliff, right? And he stayed up on the top. I forgot.
They fall off the cliff, and they're saved by Gomamon's marching fishes. Which is a technique where he just straight up, like, calls fish from, like, the ocean or river, or really any water source around, and they just sort of, like, fly at things. They just sort of try to tackle them. And it is the most ineffective move any rookie has ever had.
Because he's Aquaman.
Yeah.
I was just about to make that joke, so he's Aquaman.
There are some, like, hilarious...
somehow more useless version of Aquaman.
There are some hilarious moments where Gomamon is just being a little seal boy, just hopping around, and he has to fight someone, and he's like, alright, well, let's hope marching fishes works.
Yeah, him and Joe were always kind of the most pathetic.
There is a bit.
No offense to people who like Joe.
Oh man, Joe blows up so hard though. But yeah, there's a bit where it's like they're trying to fight off the evil like Greymon that's attacking them in like the Skullgron episode. And Goemon's like, alright, marching fishes. And one of the statues in this like just like Roman style Colosseum in the desert just sprays water out and a bunch of fish fly at it. And Joe's like, what? How? And Goemon's like, no, I'm not gonna question it. Sounds like a job for Aquamon. That was a Digiman, it was a Digimon. Weirdly, I'm pretty sure that exact line shows up at some point. I can't point to where, but I feel like I've heard it.
Be shocked if it's a dubism.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty's afraid to Digivolve because Agumon might turn to Skullgron again. Oh no! How are we gonna deal with Kawagamon then?
Oh no.
Alright, this is when the kids are saved by friggin' Piximon. So he's just a little ball of joy that's somehow freaking ultimate. And he just shows up and blows Kawagamon to bits with like a friggin' like bomb. He just shoots a little bomb out.
Spear wielding pink dude.
I was gonna say, so you mean to tell me that cute motherfucker in the corner just murdered him?
Yes. This mother effer could take all our like champion forms at once at this point.
This pink little thing just murdered a giant red bug monster.
Yeah, Piximon does not mess around. But yeah,
He's
love
also
the Sark.
Sorry, I was gonna say he's got two belts where his feet are. What the fuck?
Yeah, it really makes him
From the
seem way
90s.
more naked, doesn't it?
Also, Piximon has time travel powers, apparently. This doesn't come up in the original adventure.
Fun fact, Piximon can travel through space and time by reciting interdimensional code, which is allowed to hack into reality itself to generate miracles.
Okay, you were one step ahead of me.
One step ahead of you. So that's what this like knowledge to sit for a second.
Digimon have crazy, wacky powers.
Are you telling me that thing?
Piximon can hack into the code of reality by reciting interdimensional code to change the laws of physics.
Well, good thing nobody has any of those because the season would be over. Just go back in time and Digimon's dead.
And had access to the dark web before it was named. Funny you should mention that. But yeah, a lot of this arc is basically the kids trying to like hide from Amon until they can like get their crests and try and figure things out. So it's like Piximon hides them all in his little like lair where they're like cloaked and stuff. And like, yo, Matt and Joe just leave the lair and find their crests in like a well or something, I think. And because they leave, Amon just finds their location on his dark network, and he just sees a little blip on the radar. And he's like, okay, yeah, let's just send a minion there, kill him, go. But yeah, Digidestin barely escape, and yeah, Tai finally evolves Agumon, so he's like, man, just to get over his fear of like Skull Greymon.
The dark network.
This is so unrelated. I still can't go over effing like unfriended dark web. And there's just on that trailer, everyone was making jokes about calling it unfriended dark weeb and unfriended dank weed.
Unfriended dank weed. Now it's fun.
Oh my god, those movies are so weird, the Unfriended porn movies.
I mean, but they're really cheap to make.
Oh man, so TK finds the crest of hope and Izzy gets a sketchy email.
Oh. Wait, yo, everybody gets sketchy emails.
Yeah, Izzy specifically gets, like, an email that's something like, oh yeah, yo, my name is Datamon, and help, I'm being held in Edamon's lair, you gotta, like, believe me. Yo, please, like, come save me or something. And it is, like, the sketchiest crap ever.
So you mean to tell me that the Nigerian prince who wants to give me $1 billion in trade for bank account information, that's not sketchy?
That might be a Digimon, we don't know.
Yeah. He might need you to save him from Edamon's lair.
You know, later I believe there is a thing where it's like, apparently Puppetmon's like responsible for all the lies on the internet or something. I believe that was like on the wiki. So there is a Digimon that might be behind that, unironically. As he explains that all the Digidesser may have data and uses this to forward themselves through the email to teleport them to the Cinder. Izzy is like the MVP of this series.
Okay.
Because, yeah, they're in the digital world, so it's like, well, if everything's data, then we must be data too. So he's like, yeah, I'll just, like, send us through the internet. Yeah, as long as we have, like, a URL to go to, we can just teleport to that place.
Izzy is a fucking G.
Also, Izzy, a Nigerian prince, is interested in your car's extended warranty. While you help him, he can work on a plan to pay off your student loans.
Would you like to talk about my Lord and Savior?
Would you like to talk our Lord and Savior Jessmon, says the Nigerian Prince Mamimon.
I do love this next little point, though. Ty believes he's immortal now.
Yeah. This is a plot point. Because Izzy's like, oh yeah, we may have data, and Ty's like a video game? And he's like, yeah, and Ty's like, aw, sick, so I can't die, huh?
I don't think that's how that works, Ty.
So yeah, suddenly Ty gets a lot more reckless than he usually is.
Oh my god, how much more reckless could you get than reckless?
You would be surprised.
He gets stupidly reckless.
Yeah, we learned that, like, Damon's whole deal is actually legit. Damon actually is...
reckless.
Yeah, so Damon actually is being used by Elmon to control the dark network. This is important, like, Elmon can't control it himself, he's too dumb. He has to have, like, another Digimon handle it, like, for him. And he just, like, tells him what he wants it to do and stuff, basically. So yeah, it turns out Damon is a bad guy and kidnaps Sora. Oh no! Yeah, they like bust him out his little thing. That's not a good idea. And he just fights Elmon for a bit and escapes. Like, we actually learn a bit of like Damon's backstory. And we straight up learn that like Datamon tried to fight Elmon at first, but he lost the battle. Cause, you know, even though Damon's an ultimate, Elmon is an even stronger ultimate. So, like, Edamon just, like, smashed his, like, robot brain in and damaged his, like, memory circuits in such a way that Datamon could only remember, like, himself losing the fight and the pain he felt during the battle. And it's kind of made him a bit obsessed with revenge.
Yeah, that would do that to somebody, you know?
Oh,
constantly having to relive your failure over and over again. It might drive someone, I don't know, insane.
Yeah, as absurd as the Skullgirl invincibility hypothesis faces were, it was neat to see a show address the drawbacks of being too courageous. Oh yeah, 100%.
Very true.
Yeah. Like, this is the arc of the series where it's like we start getting real actual consequences for things, and it's like, oh, there's suddenly, like, actual characters and, like, you know, developments and stuff. Holy crap. You know, this is, like, going somewhere, and there's, like, events that connect together.
I would say that there should be drawbacks to, like, certain stupid mistakes that people make, right?
Yeah,
otherwise the show's just boring.
Yeah.
And you just Ash Ketchum and you just lose every fucking major battle.
Yeah. Like,
I'm just
so... So during this, like, whole thing, the kids have to, like, run away, because, like, Mon's, of course, really strong, and, like, Damon's finding them and stuff. So Ty's about to escape through one of Damon's firewalls, which are, like, giant, like, illusionary chain link fences. They're, like, coursing with electricity. And Izzy has to, like, stop him from just, like, rushing through, because he's like, wait, no, you have to go through the right spot, or you'll literally die. And Ty's like, wait, I can die? What?
Yes!
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
So yeah, for the first time in the series, Ty has, like, a legitimate fear of death.
Believe it or not, this is not the only time we will see this mentality of, oh, it's digital, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is... I mean, maybe for the Digimon, but I don't think the Digidestin worked that way.
So here's where we, like, learn Damon's plan, right? He wants to, like, create a fake copy of Sora to harness the power of her crest of love. And he's going to, like, use it to force Biyomon to evolve without her, and, like, use Biyomon to kill Edamon. Because obviously the humans aren't getting it done, right? We gotta, like, take it into, like, the hands of hard science.
Yeah.
We gotta, like, create, like, a very, like, just straight up copy of, like, a person and have them, like, become the tamer so that it'll do the job better than the human can.
Yeah, just make a robot that can't feel love to
embody
use the crest of love.
Yeah. Exactly.
Makes sense.
I predict Baron will agree with Damon's big evil tamer kidnapping plan.
Now's the time to speak up. Do you?
Do you agree with this? Oh man, I had to get that in there. You just know it.
Baron agrees.
Anyways,
I'm BaronvonCreepy, and I approve of this message.
I consider it worth a shot, but Sora was the worst choice. Yeah, I really should have tried to grab Izzy. That would have probably worked.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
So yeah,
but you work with what you got.
So I should mention John's just living in a giant upside down pyramid, and like everyone escapes, and like Matt, Mimi, and Joe manage to distract Edamon for a bit while Ty and Izzy go back to save Sora. Now we've like split up Damon from the real problem Digimon. And oh hey, Ty just comes as Fear. Oh awesome, we have character development. Yeah.
Yay!
In a children's show?
Oh, heck yeah.
Also not relevant to the lore or anything, but in the dub, a random child, the child's voice that doesn't belong to any of the main characters calls out, and there's no explanation for it.
Yeah.
They needed to double line in really quick, and they're like, quick, grab a kid!
It's not the voice of anyone in the main cast. It's just a voice calling out to a character, I think.
It's
one of the
so
Digimon.
Weird. Yeah, it's not in the sub, I think, either. It's just like a weird dub mistake.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, not actually relevant, just a fun little...
I should also probably mention, I think it was like the previous episode, there's like a point where like Ty says something and Sora's voice comes out of his mouth. It's like, wait, what? Okay.
Animation dubbing mistakes. I would never.
But yeah, Ty saves...
Nah, that never happens.
So yeah, Ty saves Sora, and Damon reveals the Dark Network and infects it with a virus to suck all quote-unquote evil Digimon into it. And this seems to directly imply, both from this and from its design, is a bunch of crazy black cables, that the Dark Network is probably somehow tied to the Dark Ocean, just straight up. I don't have any hard evidence, but the fact that it specifies that it only affects, like, evil forces, and it looks the way it does, feels like it, maybe. It seems very possible. I would not be surprised, yeah.
When I first read Dark Network, I was thinking Dark Ocean, but then... apparently
two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the problem is that the Dark Ocean doesn't come into play until season 2.
It doesn't, but there are some, like, little things here and there that add a bit of interesting context to this idea. Like, there's a line later on I'll get into that's, like, it's very odd, because it's like, oh, was this an idea? Were they, like, playing something like this? Hard to say. But yeah, Elmon's sucked into a dark network, and he somehow manages to, like, control it a bit. So it's like a big ball of, like, black wires, and he's, like, his upper half is, like, sticking out of it.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah. And, like, Gra evolves into, like, Melgreymon, because Tai has the right form of courage in him now. And they, like, blow it the crap up. The human state is getting mixed up.
I thought he kind of looked like the Frieza.
Yeah, I should mention this image is from the 2020 reboot. It just looks really cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is some fucking fine artwork.
Oh yeah, it's a really good shot.
There's some rad animation in the reboot.
Yeah, I don't care much for a reboot's pacing. I would absolutely recommend it for, like, some of the fight scenes. Like, some of those, like, sequences are so good. The Dark Network sucks Tai, Melgreymon, and Edamon in, and somehow they wind up in, like, different places, because Tai and Agumon just appear in Tokyo. That's crazy.
That makes sense.
Oh god, we're, like, lost in a different world and our friends are just left behind. What the heck? How are we gonna fix this?
Yeah, what the hell?
It's noting it's not like a weird fake digital Tokyo. They just end up back home.
Yeah, they just go to the real world, like, directly. Tai, your balls are swollen with the right kind of courage. Have a giant cybernetic dinosaur. Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right on.
Fun fact, Melgron is as powerful as a nuclear missile. This is canon. Weaker Digimon are known to be completely annihilated after trying to fight against it. It's also hard in Chrome Digizoid, which is known to be stronger than any real-world metal. Presumably in, like, every way.
Chrome Digizoid, what a fucking awesome name.
There are also different variants of Chrome Digizoid where they come in different colors.
Yeah, it's basically the Digimon equivalent of being like, we designed this thing for metal and it's not normal metal, so that means we can make it as strong as we want.
It's Digimon's version of adamantium or vibranium.
Yeah, why is this metal red? Oh, because it's Crimson Chrome Digizoid. It's a special thing. Don't worry about it. Yo, why does this thing look like it's wearing, like, a weird... Yeah, why is this character wearing a weird bodysuit? Oh, it's like rubber super armor of some kind. Don't worry.
Infused with Chrome Digizoid, usually.
Yeah. So this is the jump in scale we've, like, gone to for context. Like, rookies are like, alright, you shoot a little fireball. Champions are like, your skin is as hard as, like, an ore or some type of metal, and you're just, like, giant monsters just duking it out. And ultimates are like, you are coated in a metal that's stronger than anything that exists on Earth.
So we description of megas.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's quite literally, like, probably could end most wars in the world.
Oh yeah, the Odaiba Fog incident. So yeah, Tai sees Digimon in the real world, they're invisible to everyone else. It's directly implied this is why the weather is going crazy, which is a subplot that doesn't get that much focus, weirdly enough. But yeah, they like kind of little like thing where they like find Ogremon, and he's just like standing across the street and he waits for like the traffic light to like change before he like rushes at him. We had Ta and Ogremon meet Kara and learn that barely any time has passed all since the Digidestined were like teleported away. Like, it seems like it was pretty instantaneous, actually. Like, one month he went off to summer camp, and he just popped up at their house, and it's like, oh, that's odd.
Why aren't you at camp?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
This is where crap gets crazy, because they fight Ogron, Ta and Ogre are like sucked back into the digital world, only to find the group has split up. Oh no!
Oh no.
So remember how I mentioned that Apoclymon distorts space-time?
Mm-hmm.
This is where we get an exact measure of that. Because Tai spends exactly, like, around 13 minutes in the real world, like, more or less. And in that time, 2 months have passed for the Digidestined.
Oh, that sucks.
Jesus fuck.
So, like, every, like, second, like, they're just hanging out, like, hours are going by. And everyone's just like, well, we can't find Tai, and I mean, we beat Edamon, so I guess just go our separate ways. And the group just sort of fell apart.
R.I.P. the group.
Yeah. So
And
now
just
we
like
have...
Beatles, they broke up.
So now we've got a big arc where we get all the, like, kids back together, and it honestly doesn't take as long as you probably expect. Yeah, everyone's like standalone evolution episodes now.
Ooh.
So Joe gets hustled into like working at a restaurant to pay off an ever-growing debt.
But
I think this goes on for like a month or some crap. And eventually, like, Matt comes across him and he's like, damn it, I gotta help my friend. And that lets his Garurumon evolve into Were-Garurumon. And meanwhile,
is cool.
yeah, Garumon's pretty cool, and Were-Garumon's pretty sick. Meanwhile, Izzy
like a Mad
just...
Max character.
Yeah, meanwhile, Izzy, like, happens across a Vetamon who runs a curiosity stand where he sells curiosities. And by that, he means, like, literally the, like, feeling of, like, curiosity for knowledge, which he steals from people. And
What?
then resells to other people.
It's the digital world.
So an alien steals Izzy's curiosity, and he has to get it back. And, he learns that, like, his, curiosity for knowledge is, like, actually really important to him and stuff. And he gets a big, cool evolution.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
This is the confusingly... Oh, if you go back a panel.
Yeah.
This is the confusingly named Mega Kabuterimon.
Yeah.
Who is an ultimate.
Yeah, I should mention, in Japan, he's called Alter Kabuterimon, which makes a bit more sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what bug he kind of looks like.
Yeah, Mega Kabuterimon's not good. Sorry, not Mega Kabuterimon. Like, Hercules Kabuterimon's not gonna be a thing for a while.
Oh, yeah.
He's the best!
So yeah, Mimi just somehow becomes the princess to a bunch of Geckomon, and she doesn't get an evolution, but she really should right here.
Yeah.
But she's a princess, and that makes sense. I mean, Mimi doesn't do anything else in the show, from what I remember.
Yeah, she just sort of becomes like a frog princess, and has to, like, they want her pure singing voice to wake up their, like, leader, and she just refuses to do it, and they're just stuck waiting on her.
It's kind of unlikable in a lot of instances.
Yeah, she really takes advantage of them, but she's like, no, but I want to, like, have people pamper me. And, it's like, it's weirdly wholesome.
Yeah, I want to say, like, what a bitch, but I'm like, not really.
Aspect Theft was the proto-NFT.
I respect the hustle.
I would disagree with that purely because, like, having someone's curiosity would probably do something for you.
That'd actually be worth something, probably.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Also, I like the juice of my Otismon's card.
Sword joins the group and Myosmon just attacks on his own, just overpowering them. But hey, Biyomon manages to evolve and fights him off. But, Myosmon's strong, so they can't really beat him. They just have to escape.
Why does every bad guy have very, very long arms?
No, it's very weird. Myosmon's a very lanky character. He's a very lanky dude.
Lanky, those lanky ass arms.
I should
probably just for the creepiness factor.
True enough. I was gonna say, I guess he is a vampire, right? So I guess it kind of looks like the Nosferatu kind of thing.
Yeah, there also might be a thing where it's like, maybe they're intending for Devimon to evolve into Myosmon, and it's like Devimon's also really lanky, so it's like, maybe, it makes sense. Cad's up a bit, yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's why I was kind of thinking, Devimon kind of had the long, lanky arms too, so that's why I had to bring that up. I
do point out in Devimon's lore, that weird bat symbol on his chest is specifically mentioned as, a mark of evil he got for, betraying, the Holy Order. And that Myosmon just straight up has that mark on, his shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit different, but it's basically the same thing. And also his right shoe for some reason. Not his left one, his right one.
No,
once
his
you
other
see
one
it,
has a skull on it.
Yeah, now you see that, you will never unsee it.
No, I can't now.
I should also mention that the way Myosmon is introduced is fantastic. Because, let me set the scene, because it's you see that there's just, a stagecoach, that's just being pulled by two Dividramon, which are these giant, demon-looking, bat dragon monsters. And it's being, driven by, Phantomon, who's just a little, Grim Reaper in, a cloak.
Oh my god, I remember him!
Yeah. And they just, fly the stagecoach off, and, the back opens up and a freaking coffin pops out, and it just, falls, straight down at terminal velocity, just smashes into the ground, and Myosmon just walks out of it. And it's the coolest introduction.
I remember this guy, if it is the right villain that I'm thinking of, he was such a badass.
Myosmon, he might not be as smart as Devimon or as memorable as, Edamon, but he gets crap done. He is very effective.
He gets it done, and with swagger.
Memon would approve Myosmon as presentation. Alright, so Guy tells the Digidestined that Myosmon plans to attack the real world to murder the 8th Digidestined. Who could that be? Oh, I wonder.
I don't know this. No, I'm just kidding.
It could be anyone. It could be Ty's sister, or it could be someone we haven't met.
Yeah, that would make so much more sense.
Or it could be Ty's sister.
So, what? Just because she saw the same Digimon fight as all the other ones? That would make no sense.
Man, it could be Rio. That would be crazy. Genai leads the kids to his home, where he puts up a map of the world, zooms on Japan, and Tai identifies the place he's been showing as their hometown. Up to this point, the dub has made every attempt possible to hide any references to Japan.
I believe up at some point in the past they referred to Japanese as digital language.
Yes, they refer to it as digital code or something.
Americanization. Other places, they don't exist.
Oh man, they're very adamant to hide cultural references, and then this scene happens, and it's well crap, no going back now.
God, yes. Digital language, that's just as smart as peanut butter and pickles on pizza and jelly donuts that look like rice balls.
Did the thing with the Bakuman and Joe happen yet?
Yes, I skipped over that a bit, but that was when they were having their adventures with, like, Foul Island with Devimon.
Okay, so yeah, in another instance of, like, weird, like, censorship, they chant Bakuman lose your power in the dub, and it makes them lose their power. In the original dialogue, it's a Buddhist chant.
Yeah, which also makes way more sense because they're like ghosts, so it's like, oh yeah, you're like warding off the evil spirits.
Well, oh, no Buddhism in my children's show.
Yeah. Man,
well, you say that.
The routes they have to go to justify Bakuman lose your power are so wild. Because it's like in the original, Joe's like, oh yeah, I listened to, like, Buddhist, like, sutras or whatever. And the dub, he's like, oh yeah, I just have, like, this on, like, a CD and it helps me, like, just get better at math or whatever by, like, chanting things over and over. It's like, what?
Motherfucker, say what?
Like, they have some weird, like, attempt to connect it to him, like, studying for exams, and they're like, yeah, maybe if we just keep doing repetition, then, like, our willpower will, like, overcome their abilities.
I want to be the one guy in the writer's room that's like, seriously, guys?
Weirdly enough, I think they took this dubism and reincorporated it into the 2020 reboot.
Oh my god.
Like, basically there's a Digimon that's like a demon, and it's doing, like, basically a satanic chant to kill and steal the life essence of Digimon. So to counter it, Joe, like, starts chanting math equations and scientific facts and stuff, and it counters the occult power.
Oh, that's great.
What the fuck is this Stephen King skit?
Oh, man. So yeah, the Genghis solve a card puzzle and get through Violasmon's gate and enter the real world. If they mess up, instead they could end up in another world, and this is what I was referring to earlier. Because they're very specific about, like, oh yeah, Violasmon just has a gate in his castle that leads to other worlds, as in more than one, and, like, if you don't do the thing right, you're gonna end up in, like, a different place from where you want to go.
Like one of the other two Digi worlds, or like,
so
or just like a completely another, like, Earth.
This isn't stand by completely believe, like, what they're referring to are, like, the dream world and the dark ocean. Because you think about that for a second in, like, retrospect, and it's like, oh, yeah, there are other worlds, aren't there? Oh, dang.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, they could just walk into a multiverse, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, just show up in the future.
Oh, that's already happening. Because time is different, right?
Right, I forgot.
There's a whole thing where they're like, alright, yeah, we have to, like, invade Milesamon's, like, thing now to, like, stop him from killing people in the real world.
That's what I did bad at school. I forgot things too quickly.
Yeah. Crest of Faith guy knows a Buddhist chant. It's like this was intended to fit.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense.
It's not actually the Crest of Faith. I just kind of thought it was. Although, isn't his symbol like a cross?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
So about that puzzle, so let's explain this for a second. So there are 9 cards, and there's, like, 3 rookies, 3 champions, and 3 ultimates. And, like, in each group there's, like, a data type, a virus type, and a vaccine type. So there's, like, 3 of 3, and it's, like, a 3x3, like, grid, right? So they're to be put under the right animal representing a Digimon, and a row with the right star number representing the ranking. The dub misnames the rankings that we can, like, we can see what the cards look like. We know what Digimon these are. They misnamed them as in training, rookie, and champion.
Where it's supposed to be rookie, champion, and ultimate.
Yeah. And it also gets the types wrong, because the dub says the lion, Leomon, is data and not vaccine. The centaur, Centauramon, is virus and not data. And the monkey, which represents Elmon, is vaccine and not virus. So in the dub, all the cards would be in the wrong place. This is such a botch.
In the dub, they fucked up.
Dub Tai should have accidentally led his friends straight to the dark ocean by botching that puzzle.
It's like straight rolling like a bunch of net zeros, like you said.
Everyone just leaves this up to Tai, and they're like, "All right, well, the monkey's vaccine, right?" And they're like, "Look at where put like." Yeah, they're looking where put like the freaking virus cards, and they're like,
Exactly. Would it make more sense for Izzy and Joe, the two smart people, to deal with that?
Oh man. Like, in all fairness, Ty does straight up turn to the group and ask them for help, so he has grown to be less impulsive.
Well,
but he's still he still has the final decision.
Ty is actually a pretty good leader by this point.
Yeah, he's gone through some character development.
I mean, he was afraid that one time. That's character development.
So Digidustin returned to a real world and remember battles between Parrotmon and Greymon. So important but neat real world Digimon fights on. I forgot, Myosmon goes through the portal before they do. Do I have a slide for that? I probably nope. Alright, I think I skipped over that. But yeah. They try to go through the portal, and then, Myosmon beats them through it, and they have to, leave and come back, and they do the card puzzle. So, yeah, they're already on trying to stop Myosmon and all his, minions. And I should mention, that's a pretty good scene, because, you see the silhouettes of, a bunch of his, underlings as they go in, so you kind of get, a taste of what type of Digimon he is working for him. And it's a fun bit to speculate on first viewing, especially if you know a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Digidustin return to the real world. I remember the battle between Parrotmon and Greymon, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we were all at that place, huh? Man, that's crazy."
Crazy that every single one of us saw it.
Yeah, I wonder who the eighth child could be. Yeah.
Who is the eighth man?
It's a lot of important but neat real world Digimon fights, Kabuterimon fights a Gessomon in the water who's a giant squid monster. There's a fight against a Raremon, if I remember. Now I think it was Raremon, not Gessomon. Whatever, it's fine. There's a battle where Mel Greymon fights a Skull Miramon who's a crazy fire dude, and they melt Tokyo Tower, and Mel Greymon has to stop it from falling. Yeah, lots of cool little set pieces like that.
That tower takes a lot of damage in monster movies.
Yeah. That's the thing, they shoot one blast and it just melts through it immediately and it starts falling apart. It's geez, Ultimates. Ultimates are powerful, holy crap.
Oh man.
But yeah, this is where Galmon just tries to kill Kari, but Kari's nice to her, so she is sort of goes back on it. Oh man, who could the eighth kid possibly be though?
I don't know, man. I bet you it's Harry Potter.
Is it this kid who has a connection with this cat Digimon? I know. Wouldn't that be wild? I do want to mention one quick little fact before we move too far from this. It's that hey, yeah, Myosmon's castle just has this random portal to the real world. You ever wonder what the crap's up with that?
Yeah, why? Why does he have that?
Yeah, it turns out Myosmon's castle was the lab where Genai and his, co-workers were, working on evolution and stuff.
Oh, so he just showed up and took over.
Yeah, after the Dark Masters killed all of Genai's friends, Myosmon just took his house.
What an asshole.
Yeah. It's yeah, alright, yeah. That's
So
most things.
you're telling me the main bad guys is Squatter.
Yeah.
Eighth child must be that strange voice from the Edamon battle in the dub.
Oh my god, it must be.
It must be. Who else could it be?
It's Willis.
But yeah, it's like those cool little details where like you don't think about it and you just like think about it for a second on like a rewatch. And it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, fun fact, Gamon's gloves are not part of its body. It chooses to wear them. The claws are also made by copying Saber Leomon's data.
I've always been confused that are like, so does she just have normal hands?
Yeah, she has this normal cat paws, presumably.
You can see the gloves come off when she digivolves.
Yeah, this is a whole thing, because like, in Pokemon designs, every like aspect of the character is like, you know, part of their body. So it's like, oh yeah, you know, the like sword wolf thing. It's like the sword is like, you know, connected to its tongue or whatever. Digimon designs are not like this. Digimon just straight up have like accessories that can be removed or added, which makes it very weird when they like digivolve and de-digivolve. It's like, alright, so if Galmon lost her like gloves and like de-digivolved and went back, would she reform the gloves? And I have to imagine, I don't know.
Oh wait. Oh no, never mind. Gatomon only evolves because the Holy Ring, right? She gets it back.
Yeah, the Holy Ring's a bit of a different like scenario, but still, it's like I don't know. It's one of those weird things to think about that never made much sense.
Well, I would assume that it's part of her data package or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, my Osmon just kills some actual humans by drinking their blood like a real vampire. And we just hear that they die from like anemia or whatever.
Yeah, that was really messed up. Like they show you like people actually being trained. Like
it's like it's such a like creepy scene because you like there's just this woman just walking around at night and my Osmon just wheels up in his like, you know, just little like stagecoach. This little like wagon, and she just goes with him and you just see him like bite her neck and just drive off. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah,
and this is where the Doug Walker, you know, for kids.
Yeah. My Osma's running on full vampire.exe right now.
Apparently so.
Also,
got to the real world.
Well, we didn't really gloss over it. We just kind of jumped over it. But Gatomon is friends with another Digimon named Wizardmon, who is also kind of a nice Digimon that works for Myotismon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get to him a bit.
Yeah. I think I remember Wizardmon.
I figure it's important to establish Wizardmon before.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Event.
Yeah. He's very important to Gatomon's story, from what I remember.
Yeah. Wizardmon's a good dude. He's literally just a little wizard guy.
He's a good bro.
Also, he finds booze, but in the dub, they change it to taco sauce.
Nice.
Yeah, which is weird because he just drinks it.
No, I'm cool with both because taco sauce is hilarious. I'm just imagining him eat taco sauce.
Or I think it's chili sauce, and he says it goes great on tacos. That's the line.
There's like multiple points where they have like booze just on screen, and it's like the excuses are like taco sauce or like chili sauce or whatever, and like quote unquote soda.
Yeah, didn't we gloss right over Nanimon?
Yeah, Nanimon is very unimportant, but he's just Nanimon is like a horrible Digimon. He's like actually disgusting. He's just this weird like drunken old man, but he's like a naked ball with like arms and legs and like a realistic face. He's like the worst.
Gross. Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah, so they need to get past him or something, and so they distract him by giving him quote unquote soda pop.
Yeah, he gets drunk on soda.
Not foamy water.
I should mention way later on a different series. There's another character they get drunk with quote unquote milkshakes, and it makes the scene way more hilarious than it should be.
I thought you were referring to the weird censorship of what is it, Bomber Nanimon or whatever?
Oh no.
where it's like a Nanimon that looks like a bomb and it throws grenades or whatever, but they changed it to be like an orange man, like the fruit.
What did you say, like pineapple or something, or was it always orange?
He throws pineapple bombs.
Yeah.
They cut out the best part apparently from one of the Digimon, Puppetmon. Dude has a gun.
Yeah, the gun.
we'll get to Puppetmon's gun.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But yeah, Myoasmon's minions, Gatomon and Pumpkinmon, just goof around and stuff searching for the 8th kid, so he just kills them right in front of Mad TK. Just murders them right there on the spot.
Very, very, very sad. I'm a big fan of Pumpkinmon.
Yeah, very, very sad. This gives TK a determination to finally evolve Palmon to Angemon again. And they have a cool fight, but Myoasmon escapes. It's worth noting that the logic of this series specifically, like Adventure, Holy Digimon are like directly stand to be like super effective against like demon and like undead Digimon. Like basically anything that would be like, literal evil.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes real good sense.
Yeah. Despite Myoasmon being an entire stage higher than Angemon, he probably still doesn't want to deal with him.
Yeah, like Angemon and like Wergarumon tag teaming Myoasmon actually keep up really well, surprisingly. But yeah, so here's where we get Rizardmon, and oh my god, Kari's the 8th child? What? Yeah.
What?
It shows up and just expositions it.
Ty, sister, I never would have known.
Wizardmon was originally my favorite Digimon.
Wizardmon's a pretty good Digimon.
He's a good boy.
He's pretty good. I like those, like, legs just have, like, weird zipper mouths on his knees.
Right?
Yeah. So when he just does a kick, like, the zippers just open up and it's like little teeth. So yeah, Tyke takes Kari's Digivice from Wizardmon, and Gammon goes with Wizardmon to sneak into Myoasmon's lair and steal the Crust of Light. Just straight up. Yeah, we're gonna, like, we're, like, working for Myoasmon, we've kind of, like, turned tail, let's see if we can just pull the wool over his eyes and just steal his crap before he notices. Yeah, this goes badly.
It goes bad. No.
What a twist.
No.
So yeah, Gammon gets kidnapped and Wizardmon gets thrown into the ocean. Like he gets the crap beat out, Myoasmon just throws him into the lake.
Yep.
Yeah, then crap gets worse.
I love that. Then it gets worse. Don't know how.
Fun fact, Wizardmon comes from the digital world of an alternate dimension called Witchelny.
What?
I have no idea how this fits into the Digimon Adventure multi-world lore, but I mean, it's on the wiki, so it's worth pointing out. Wizardmon comes from an alternate digital world full of, like, just magical Digimon that practice, like, sorcery. And by sorcery, I mean they study the code of the universe, and that's what their magic is.
Oh my god, it's the digital world of the Harry Potter universe.
No, it's better, because they're all monsters.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is also where Witchmon comes from, who is not in this series, unfortunately, but she is really cool.
I like Witchmon.
Yeah.
Witchmon's pretty good.
If she's anything like Wizardmon, sounds cool.
Yeah, that does sound cool.
So yeah, I gotta work this in.
What the fuck is that thing on the bottom?
I gotta work in the low CG Myoasmon face from Adventure, from like Digimon World 2.
Say bitch the
Myoasmon's trouses.
That's the first thing that caught my eye when you started this. Like, it's like, what the fuck is that all we animated?
I was like, ooh, pink fair, what the fuck?
It's such a good image. So Myoasmon surrounds the city a barrier of fog and just takes it over. Yeah, just the Japanese town of Odaiba, just like a major city, he just like takes it over with his army of monsters.
Yeah.
And it's like, no communication can get out of the town, like, no one can leave the barrier. It's just like, yeah, everyone's just screwed, and the military starts freaking out.
I like this might happen later in the series or something, but like I remember this scene of Reapermon with like a bunch of like humans, like just normal people with chains around them, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, not Reapermon, Phantomon. Reapermon's a different thing, but still,
right.
yeah.
He looked like a Grim Reaper, but
oh hey, thanks for the raid, Lugia. You came on good frame.
Nice. Reapermon, also known as Gokumon.
Oh man, Reapermon's so cool. I'm glad I made it into the card game. He's so cool though. But yeah, my Osmon just takes over a town with an army of ghosts, and he just imposes martial law just straight up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Oh yeah, PowerPoint. Oh heck yeah. It's like people are straight up not allowed to leave their homes because of the ghosts. So yeah, whilst this happening, Mimi goes to like save her family, and now Togemon finally gets an evolution where it turns into Lilymon, who's this cute little fairy thing. And it doesn't beat Dark Tyramon as much as it just sort of like forms a ring of flowers around it, and it just tames him. It just like makes him good now.
So he goes from Dark Tyramon to Tyrannomon.
Yeah. And my Osmon just immediately beats Lilymon, and it was for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really like cat graphic too. Like he like really wrecks her. It's like holy crap. Jeez, BB, you've got the short end of the stick.
This horrible monster beats the cute fairy to death.
Yeah. Yeah, so meanwhile, Joe saves Wizardmon from drowning, and then, yeah, we get Kakumon's evolution. Yeah, he just becomes Zudomon and just beats like a big sea monster.
Cool.
Do we get to Walken yet? Not yet, we're getting there.
Oh my god, he's so cool.
Walken isn't until Frontier.
No, I think he's talking about the Dark Master arc with Cherrymon.
No. I mean, maybe?
I'm pretty sure that's a Christopher Walken, yeah.
If Cherrymon is supposed to sound like Christopher Walken, then it makes it weird that there's two separate times in a Digimon series where a villain is doing a Christopher Walken impersonation.
It sure is.
It's Christopher Walken.
I could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's the one. Okay, yeah, you're talking about a different one then. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, Ice Devimon is from Frontier.
I know Cherrymon's definitely doing an impression, but I wasn't sure like which one off the top of my head.
I was pretty sure it wasn't Christopher Walken.
Okay,
Anyways.
yeah, fair enough, yeah. But yeah, Kakumon finally evolves, and yeah, we finally get Zudomon, and he's like... Zudomon is kind of a powerhouse. Like,
yeah.
Like, one guess as to what his hammer is made of.
Oh man, out of all the ultimates we have, like, of the chosen children, like, Zudomon kind of gets the most play. Like, he really does some damage with that thing. He's like a monster.
Yeah, he does kind of look like a monster. He looks like a character from Warcraft or something.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, Kara gives herself up as the 8th child to make Phantomon stop attacking people, because, like, Phantomon just gets a bunch of random people hostage, and Kari's like, oh, well, crap. But yeah, she gives herself up, Osmon tries to kill her, and then Wizardmon dies to save her. And this is really bad for Wizardmon.
No.
R.I.P. in peace.
It's not immediately apparent, but Wizardmon dying the way he does is very bad.
Yeah.
He gets like deleted it, doesn't he?
It's worse than that, arguably.
Yeah, Wizardmon wishes.
Yeah, because if you die in the digital world, your data just gets reset and you just, like, pop back up in, like, the primary village as, like, an egg. Like, you just get reincarnated. If you die in the real world, you don't even just, like, disappear. You're just forced to, like, hang on as, like, a data ghost without a body. And you can't interact with anything. And you're just, like, struggling to find any way to communicate with the outside world.
Wow, that fucking sucks.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
bad deal.
What a shitty deal for one of the best characters.
Yeah, Wizardmon gets it bad.
No
Worse than the
good reason.
Starks.
But yeah. Yeah, because this Kari, like, finally gets her crap together, and, like, Gamma evolves into Angelmon, and just straight up kills Myosmon. Just straight up.
Gatomon turns into fan service, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this Dizadtit's censored in, like, so much crap. Like, it didn't get censored in the main series, but, like, holy crap, there's some trivia about this being censored.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Not even that bad.
It really
Well,
isn't.
It's literally like a bathing suit, so what's the problem with that?
Yeah.
She's also wearing big old boots and huge wings and a big feather boa. Where the fuck did the boa come from?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just because Angel. Yeah, I should probably mention a lot of characters have, like, digital, like, text on, like, various parts of their body. Like, the feather boa does have, like, characters running across it. And it just straight up says digital monster. Like, a lot of the times when you see text on something, it just says digital monster. There are some cool exceptions, though. Like, I think, like, Omnimon's sword says something like destroy or some crap.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I think Kodomon's hat just says bear on it.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Or bears, I think. But yeah.
But yeah, main villain of the arc is just dead. Just straight up. Yeah, fun fact, Zillmon's fur is from another Digimon. Its hammer was also just buried in ice before he dug out for use as a weapon. It's not his hammer. Also, his shell is stolen from the turtle-like Archelomon. It's not even his own shell.
So he just took all this shit.
Yeah, all of, like, Zudomon's just weapons and armor are stolen from other things.
I like to see it. The way I like to see it is that Zudomon's a monster hunter.
Yeah, he's really
Crafted his
cool.
weapons and armor out of his slain foes.
Now I go watch Digimon again. Oh, nice. That's like calling Pokemon Pocket Monsters. It's technically correct, but it's also wrong. Nah, Digital Monsters is pretty, like, on point. That's, like, pretty correct.
As soon as they get to the digital world, the entraining Digimon pop up and say, "We're Digimon, digital monsters."
Yeah. Digimon names are, like, extremely, like, syntax based. Like, each section literally, like, means pretty much exactly what you think it does.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So here's the thing. Turns out if you die in the real world, your data stays around and isn't sent back to the primary village. But Myosmon still died, meaning he has no physical form. His body's gone, but his data just kinda persists. So he's just walking around as a giant shadow, absorbing his henchmen to gain data to reconfigure himself into an evolved physical form.
What an asshole.
Yeah, so we killed the big bad, and we basically forced him to go through a hard reboot and become stronger.
Congratulations.
It is worth knowing that, like, while this is happening, like, everyone's parents are just unconscious in, like, a random building, and, like, Myosmon's like, as soon as I become real again, I'm going to eat those people. I'm going to murder them so hard.
I'm going to murder.
Remember we were talking earlier about the censorship of like religious stuff?
Yeah.
So there's like a whole prophecy around Venom Myotismon for some reason, where he will be summoned at the hour of the beast.
Yeah, they strip explain what it is.
Summon him at 3 o'clock. FaceTiming my Otis mom at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the hour of the beast, 4 in the morning.
The 6th hour, or the 6th minute of the 6th hour at 6 seconds.
Yeah.
6.
and they go into detail explaining the whole thing in the dub.
Oh god. Yeah, but that's different because that's Catholicism, not something else.
Yeah, we can't make reference to Joe probably being a Buddhist.
Yeah, no, that's not
no
Buddhism. Catholicism.
If it's the religion we know about, it's fine, but if it's the other ones, it's a bit like that's totally the logic here.
Yeah.
This is America, damn it.
Alright, so yeah, like Jai Ramley gives the team a prophecy, and like he says that if Mantar are struck by arrows of light, they might become more powerful. Essentially, they have to put their lives on the line for power. And we straight up, like, see them kind of, like, contemplating this, because they look over and they're like, well, we have 2 angels, and they can both shoot arrows of light, so, I mean, hey, do you want to try shooting us with your attacks and see what happens?
You know, that's like the little siblings, like, that would be their favorite thing in the world. It's like, your older brother comes up to you, it's like, shoot me. And you're like,
Shoot us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the whole, like, conclusion of the thing where it's like, alright, you know, now they're learning to take the quote-unquote, like, appropriate risks or whatever.
Also, appreciate that Ty and Matt don't just face it as in, like, alright, bring it on. They're both like, alright, this is terrifying.
Yeah, they're, like, holding hands. They have no idea what's gonna happen. They're like, yeah, we could just die from this.
Yeah, I remember looking pretty terrified. Their eyes were closed, they were holding hands, and then it just like turns black and the arrows go through them.
Yeah, it's a really cool sequence though.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, so they do the thing. Yeah, now they have megas. Yeah, we got more Greymon, Melgarumon. And they finally kill Wonderswan, ?
I don't know if there's anything like other vampires from other animes. They're just gonna keep coming back.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because if you remember, Rats, like, Digimon don't go back to the primary village after they die in the real world. So Wonderswan's data is still just around. It's just like, well, I guess he can't do anything, and let's not think about this again.
I'm sure this won't come back to bite us later.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, fun fact, Melgarumon can detach its blade wings and use them as swords by holding the blade wing in its mouth.
What?
That sounds badass. Fuck.
Why?
He never does it in the show, but it's on the wiki and it sounds cool as heck.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have hands?
No.
Not Metal Garurumon.
Yeah, so where Garurumon gets bipedal...
I'm thinking about War Greymon, sorry.
Yeah, where Garurumon is bipedal and Melgarumon goes back to being on all fours, but he's, like, still a wolf-shaped, like, creature. And he basically becomes, like, a wolf-shaped missile platform. He's really cool, like, he just shoots all these, like, just effing lasers and crap out.
My laser.
Oh, man. Part 5, 2 robots, Evil Clown, and Pinocchio.
Oh boy, this is getting interesting.
So yeah, everyone in Japan sees the digital world in the sky, so yeah, people know it exists now for sure. There's no escaping this. This knowledge would just be out there now.
Well, I mean, once an entire city in a country gets taken over by digital monsters, kind of hard to keep that one.
Once the entire city goes on lockdown because of ghosts, and you see a giant vampire fighting like an armored dragon man and a freaking like wolf-shaped missile platform in the sky, it's kind of hard to ignore.
After 2 small children were shot by angels.
So fact that the children's parents learn of their Digimon partners, and most of them are pretty cool about it, actually.
Yeah, I honestly really like that part of the story a lot. It's like, yeah, Izzy just introduces his parents to Tenomon, and they're like super chill with it, and it's like a really nice, wholesome little thing. They're just like, oh yeah, we nice. Thought you were hiding something. Yeah, we thought we heard another voice in your room. Said Digidests are pulled back into the digital world as they say goodbye to their parents and loved ones. Also, I should mention, there is a quick bit where, like, a fighter jet tries to fly into the digital world that's, like, just showing above, like, the sky through this portal. As soon as it gets close, all the technology on the jet just stops working and it's going to, like, crash into the ground. And they have an entire thing where, like, freaking, like, Garudamon stops a military fighter jet from crashing. Two boys shot by angels under the command of their younger siblings. Exactly. But yeah, there's still one major threat left to fix in the digital world. We gotta go back.
In the digital world.
Yeah.
You know you've got a problem with your government when, like, you need to hire children to fucking...
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, only children can be Digidestined because they're the only ones that can access the world of dreams. Yeah, as we, like, previously mentioned.
You have to be a child, so, because they make that shit. That's what the crests are from, right?
Yeah, so yeah.
The fact that only children can can have Digimon partners becomes a very screwed up detail later, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Yeah. Also, I should mention, because, like, this whole Wonderswan thing took, like, a week or so. So, yeah, like, years and years have passed in the digital world. Presumably, like, decades.
Quite some time, because, the digital world's so space and time getting all fucky with Pokemon.
Yeah, if, like, 13 minutes was, like, 2 months, and they waited a week, then it's, like, this could be, like, hundreds of years later if the math checks out. It's like the amount of time that's passed is, like, absurd. But yeah, characters suddenly start just dropping like flies. Yeah, we go back and Digidests are attacked by the Dark Masters one after another and they're wrecked. Yeah, we got Mel, Seedramon, Machidron, Puppetmon, Piedmon. It is worth knowing that, like, we learned that in the meantime, it's like, I forgot to mention it because we just breezed over and it wasn't important, but, like, at some point, Mimi did befriend, like, a Sukamon and, like, a Chumon, and Sukamon's, like, a poop monster, and Chumon's, like, a rat. So her friends are, like, garbage. And Sukamon is just seemingly dead, if I remember right. Like, he has died off screen.
No. It would make it all the more fitting if Mimi was a trash character.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting there. I want to use this image specifically because, like, I need people to know how Puppetmon's freaking gun. Puppetmon just has, like, a friggin' revolver, and he's very proud of it.
Got a gun!
We have, like, all these sponsors, Puppetmon. Revolver.
Love that machine Dramon, giant robot. It's like Mecha Godzilla, basically.
Yeah.
Metal Sea Dramon, a giant metal sea dragon, the weird clown jester, gun.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but the Feedermon, though, the jester looking one, probably gives you some killer entertainment.
I should mention the gesture is Piedmon.
Oh.
He's even got a sword, and I remember him being pretty fucking evil, but
yeah,
just a gun.
Yeah, Piedmon's cool. He's like the Joker in the deck of cards, so, like, all his things are weirdly, like, card themed. It's really neat.
Interesting.
So yeah, like, Piedmon just, like, attacks after I should mention a sequence, like, they all just fight each of the Dark Masters and just, like, lose, and they all get to show off their personalities. And Puppetmon just shows up, like, up until this point, every time they meet a Digimon, is he just pulls out his computer and it's got a little, like, database that, like, explains, like, what they are and what their, like, rank is and stuff, And he gets the little, like, the little, like, Pokédex entry. For like Puppetmon, like, yo, everyone just is like fighting like all these dark masters and they're like losing, and like Puppetmon shows up and he's like, oh wow, who's that? And he's like, oh, I'll show you, and he uses his strings to control Izzy's hands, and he makes him type up his own data on the computer. It's really dumb and it's really good.
I remember him being such a shit. Like,
man, we're gonna be hearing a lot about Puppetmon. But yeah, Piedmon like attacks them, and you know, of course they go Omega and stuff, and they use their strongest like skills. And Piedmon is just too much for them, because as he puts it, like, he has years of experience fighting, and just like getting a power boost doesn't make up for that. So it's like, alright, we gotta learn how to like fight better. We gotta actually get stronger before we intake this guy. And Chumon dies to save Mimi from Piedmon's swords. And then Pixiemon also shows up, and he dies to like just like transport the group away from Piedmon, but like just sending them away.
I did a pretty good job at that time and space thing.
Yeah. So it's like, we're like barely like 30 minutes into returning to the digital world, and 3 of our friends have already died, and Mimi's just not taking it well.
Nah, she's fine.
Nah, she's funny.
So kids are hunted down by Melcitramon's minions, which includes El Malakarimon, which in English is known as Scorpionmon, but screw it, I'm just going to call him El Malakarimon, because El Malakarimon's the best.
And a Malakarimon.
This gets really confusing when in the reboot there is later to be revealed an actual Scorpionmon.
Yeah. And Malakarimon just shows up, and he just starts chasing, like, Joe and, like, friggin', like, Mimi around by, like, while he's just, like, screaming his name of Animalakarimon. And it is specifically known that, like, even though he's an ultimate, he's also more of, like, a water creature. So he's very slow on land, and he gets tired. And they just outpace him.
What?
Malakarimon is great. I love him.
But he's a scorpion. How is he a water type?
Not a scorpion.
Yeah.
They just call him Scorpionmon in the dub.
He's actually, I forget what the actual species is, but he's like one of those like ancient like Precambrian creatures with like, you know, the fins on the side, like, yeah, except in his case, instead of fins, they're like swords.
What?
Yeah, he has a whole deal with like Melcedramon, where like Melcedramon is paying him in clams to hunt down the chosen children.
I guess that makes sense.
Also known as the Digidestined.
Yes, like our main characters.
Yeah, they're called the Chosen Children in the original script.
After a hard fight, Loimon and Zudomon, mostly Zudomon, defeat El Malakarimon, and they throw him into a building right before Melcedramon blasts it, lighting him on fire, and he just dies.
What?
Melcedramon blows his own minion up.
What an asshole.
So he plans to cash his prize at Bedrock. Hey. Yeah, baby. We don't know. Like, well, no, actually, do know because we see him eating the clams. So he just really likes clams.
He's a big selfish guy.
Yeah, it's not like clams are like a form of undersea currency. He just really likes them.
He's just a little selfish.
He's just a little shellfish.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And then he died.
So yeah, we're up to like 4 deaths already.
That's my cue to leave. Oh, if you hate the puns, don't watch the dub.
Oh man. So kids try to escape MaskedHeroLucky by escaping on Waymon through the ocean.
It's the Xenomorph.
Yeah, but they're tracked down by his minions before dealing with them. But yeah, they have a whole thing where they have to, like, outdive the Divermon, and, like, it's a whole cool, like, chase scene. I really like how active MaskedHeroLucky is. Like, he really doesn't give up. It's like he finds them, and it's like every, like, minute, his, like, presence is just in the background as he's, like, hunting them down and trying to pursue them. It's really cool. Oh, that's my cue to leave. Oh, man. That's too bad, Cookie. Oh, well. Yeah. They, like, get him on to think as he realizes that Wargron's arms are actually special, and they're anti-dragon weapons called Draymon Destroyers. Like, he analyzes his data, and he's like, oh, well, crap, you're actually, like, strong against dragon types, huh? Wait, maybe... MaskedHeroLucky is his name. He's probably a dragon. Maybe if we fight him, we can, like, just take him out. And yeah, they they confront MaskedHeroLucky, and then they kill him, but he manages to murder Waymon in this really graphic and horrible way that I've got a screenshot of.
No!
Just, like, bullets straight through the face.
Oh my god.
It's horrific. And, like, Wargreymon, like, drills, like, through his mouth and, like, just carves him up from the inside. And it's, like, horrifying. It's so brutal.
Very sad.
I forgot this show was so graphic.
Yeah. The Dark Masters arc is where stuff just stops, like, popping off. Like, crap gets real fast.
The last time we had a vampire actually murdering people. So...
Yeah. So yeah, this is like the 5th and 6th depths of, like, the arc. Fun fact, MaskedHeroLucky's head is just a gun. It's literally just a gun. Just look at it. It's just a gun.
It is just literally a gun. His nose is a gun. That's hilarious.
Goon.
So yeah, they kind of, like, managed to move on. We see for a bit that Mimi's just so upset. She's, like, crying, and she's, like, making little graves for all their, like, fallen friends. And it's like, everyone's like, no, but Mimi, you gotta move on, though. Yeah, we have to, like, fight the rest of them and, like, stop this from happening. And she's like, yeah, but holy crap, though. This is more death than I've seen in my entire life in, like, the span of 24 hours. And they're like, no, just go.
Keep in mind that these are children.
Yes, these characters are, like, 12.
Grow up, Mimi!
Yeah. It is a good scene, 'cause it's like, everyone has, like, very, like, logical, understandable positions. But yeah, like, they all go out to the woods to try and, like, just keep moving. And yeah, that's when Puppetmon just manages to capture TK, but outsmarts the monster trying to murder him with a real gun. TK is, like, just being chased by a freaking Mega with an actual pistol that fires real bullets. And he manages to, like, outsmart him and, like, escape and break his, like, device. They use it to, like, teleport people around. TK grows up so fast.
Where did he get a gun from?
He just has a gun. Yeah, Puppetmon just shows up with a gun and he's like, hey, TK, let's play war. And TK's like, oh no. And he's like, wait a minute. And he's like, oh, it's not going to be too fun unless you count to 10, huh? And Puppetmon's like, damn it, he's right.
The thing is, I'm like, blame me, but you're right.
So yeah, this entire time, like, we've kind of skipped over a lot of characterization, but Matt's entire purpose in the show is he's like, I gotta keep my brother safe. I gotta make sure TK's fine. I gotta make sure he's like, alright. And TK comes back, having escaped from one of the Dark Masters on his own after being hunted by a gun. And Matt's just like, I guess he doesn't need me anymore. I guess none of these guys need me anymore. And he just sort of like leaves off to like Angsta in the woods somewhere.
Oh my god, Matt is so fucking angsty. It's such a crybaby bitch sometimes.
He's so angsty in this season. Also, yeah, 3 Garbagemon just attack and are like killed. And Mimi has to watch. That's the thing. It's like, so Garbagemon are like exactly what you think. They're like just a little goon that just pops out of like a trash can, and they've got like bazookas that shoot poop at people. And they all 3 of them attack, and they're like pulling out Gundam like Black Tri-Star references. And like they shoot at Mimi with the poop, and she like gets so fed up that she like grabs the poop out of the air and throws it at Puppetmon. And it just like smashes him in the face. And it's not like it does any damage because he's a mega, but he's just like, oh, that's gross, I gotta wash this crap off, and he just leaves.
So Mimi just catching it. Like, yeah, it's like poop fired at her, but like it's still a Digimon attack.
Yeah.
She just catches it.
It's barely even an attack when you think about it. It's literally just they launch poo.
I know, but it's still
Oh man. Yeah, meanwhile, Puppetmon's minion, Cherrymon, who I thought he talked like Christopher Walken for some reason. I guess he doesn't. He's definitely doing like an impersonation. Uses Matt's insecurity to manipulate him to find Tai to prove his worth and become the new leader of the group. Insert tamer fistfight here. Yeah, oh yeah, also Cherrymon dies because everyone dies in this arc. Yeah, Puppetmon just gets, like, annoyed because Cherrymon's like, hey, you better watch out for that guy, he's serious. And he's like, shut up, don't underestimate me, and he just murders him.
I have gun.
Puppetmon is like, yeah, I'll show you how strong I am, and he just kills Cherrymon.
You shoot him with his gun.
So what, we're up to, like, 9 deaths?
Take this bullet.
I think he uses his hammer, which is like a revolver cylinder.
Yeah,
he does still have a hammer. I forgot about the hammer.
It kind of still is a gun, but it's a different type of gun.
I just like the most like flat out dry death that is just like, well, you suck. He's just like, here's this. Dead.
Yeah, like, Cherrymon's not even trying to be rude, he's legitimately trying to warn him. He's like, hey, yo, you should take those children seriously, yo. They're kind of dangerous. And he's like, what, you think I'm weak? No?
Yes.
Die. Smith and Westmon. Oh no, that'd be Gundramon.
Yeah,
or Deputy Mon, if you will.
Gundramon.
Gundramon or Deputy Mon or any other number of like Canondramon.
Guacamon.
Oh man, these are all real, by the way.
Yeah.
Crocodile.
I'm really disappointed we didn't get Candramon in any of the like, you know, like anime shows as far as I'm aware. Candramon is so cool. But yeah, we have a tamer fist fight where, like, Matt fights Tai, and they're, like, Digimon are literally, like, clashing in the sky and fighting each other as they're just on the ground, like, punching each other out. Just, like, child fists are being exchanged. It is, like, brutal.
Fight.
Like I said, you got from hands.
So yeah, fight's stopped by Kari glowing with light and forcefully expositioning the Genai Piedmon backstory by being possessed by homeostasis itself.
Oh look, douchebag's back.
Yeah. So yeah, that thing from like 50 slides ago is like relevant now.
Okay, so I posted a picture of Gundramon in the same place. Voice channel text.
Oh man. Yup.
Lit.
Gundramon's pretty good. He's pretty good. And you'll probably not show up in the anime for fairly obvious reasons.
He's literally like just a bunch of guns.
Yes.
Do you have a slide of Deputymon?
Unfortunately, no. He doesn't appear until Adventure 02.
Okay.
But yeah, homeostasis is back, and it does something kind of by telling people what the stakes are. And then Matt just leaves.
Because he's angsty.
Yeah.
Here's Deputymon.
Oh man. Deputymon's pretty good too. It's just a cowboy with a revolver for a body, and he's just holding guns. Oh man. But yeah, this is the point where Mimi leaves because she's developing PTSD from watching so many people literally die around her in a pretty short time frame. And Joe leaves with Mimi because, like, holy crap, we can't just leave her alone like this.
And he's the most adult one of all of them.
Yeah.
Very responsible thing for Joe to do.
Yeah, this is like, it's like, yo, yeah, it'll be fine, we'll meet back up. I just need to make sure that, like, none of the Dark Masters try to, like, murder her or something. Yeah, that's probably fine.
I'm sure that would never happen.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, his kids are, like, 11. They need therapy, lots of it.
Yeah.
I feel like the body count has somehow become higher than frigging Ava. I don't know how we got to this point, but we did.
And it only continues to rise.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Elvis is back!
Animon's back!
He's entered his metal phase.
Turns out he's absorbed the power of the Dark Network, meaning he's now strong enough to Digivolve.
Rage Against the Network.
I just love this image where he's just doing a little musical number. He's just got a little like band of like groupies made of himself. Yeah, they just crashes down to the digital world as a freaking meteor made from the physical remains of the Dark Network. Where did he go? I don't know. I guess it just teleported him into space or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because like
it is the literal epitome of one-man bands.
It did teleport him to like the dark ocean, I assume. It just teleported him to a dark part of the digital world and he just like smashed down. Yeah, also it's worth knowing that like Mel is a cartoony quote-unquote joke mega fight against it's Puppetmon. Oh yeah, Joe is MVP. But yeah, it's this crazy thing because we know that both these people are like incredibly powerful, but because they're both like have extremely high attack and defense, it just sort of evens out. So you're just watching an old fight with goofy like shenanigans. It's like, like Elmon's like throwing banana peels, there's like, there's a bit where Puppetmon just like extends his nose and stabs Mel Elmon in the butt, and it got like cut from the dub for obvious reasons.
Yeah, it's a fight between a metal man in a monkey suit versus a puppet with a gun.
Yes.
By the way, Puppetmon is something like Pinocchimon.
Yeah.
Really?
It's its original name, yeah.
I guess he does. He really does kind of look like Pinocchio and his nose and things.
I should mention this comeback tour leads to an amazing moment in the dub where like Mel chases after like Joe and Mimi by like swinging on a vine, and he does like the Tarzan yell, but because he's like doing the like voice of Enemon, it's done with like an Elvis inflection.
Oh, I bet that sounds fucking glorious.
Oh, it's so good.
To the voice actor.
Oh man. But yeah, also Leomon just shows up again. Yeah, so a while back, we kind of skipped over this, even though it's kind of a big deal, but yeah, like, Leomon got dark gears put into him, and he, like, attacked the Chosen Children, and they, like, held their Digivices up to him, and it, like, blasted the gears out of his chest somehow. And somehow showing, like, Leomon, just the light from a Digivice gave him the power to evolve eventually. So it's like, I guess it makes more sense because, like, years and years have passed, but it's like, they just straight up go to Mega, and it's like, what? Alright.
I think it's pretty fair considering the Digivices lets their own partners Digivolve so quickly.
It kind of makes sense, but it's also kind of bullcrap, because it's like, and as we, like, learned previously, that's not how the Digivice is supposed to, like, work, right? You know, it's supposed to take, like, you know, the hopes and dreams of children and, like, you know, convert it into the energy that Digimon need for Digivolution. So it's like, oh, alright. Yeah, Digivice just does where the plot wants it to, basically.
I was gonna say, that's what I said.
It's super important, because they need to sell more toys.
Yeah, we need Leomon to come back and be a cool Mega for a scene, so he can, like, have a tragic death.
we need Leomon to Digivolve into a lamer version.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, because, like, on paper, Saber Leomon is cool, but it's like, no, man. I'd rather have, like, you know, a Mega form that can, like, fight on two legs. That's why, like, Bancho Leomon is, like, the superior Mega.
Yep. Bancho Leomon rules.
It's just like, you just take Leomon and you just put him in, like, a sick, like, you know, like, delinquent's coat with, like, a cap. And he's got, like, the cool, like, reed coming out of his mouth and stuff.
Wait, so he just becomes Jotaro?
Basically, just straight up. He's Jotaro with a little sword.
Picture of Bancho Leomon.
Oh, man. But yeah, Gekomon Mare has been destroyed, and many Gekomon their leader presumably died. At this point, I can no longer count how many deaths have happened, because it could be, like, between, like, 12 and, like, 20.
This is Bancho Leomon.
Something bad happens to Leomon in the anime? Oh yeah, shocker, who would have guessed?
I never would have guessed that. It's almost like the anime was, he was kind of a whooping bitch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Leomon's really cool and gets some good, like, fights and stuff. Like, he's actually strong. It's just, he's just doomed to die tragically in every single series. It's just kind of become, like, a running gag, yeah?
Spoilers, they use it to really good effect in Tamers.
Yeah, it's almost like he shows up just to get beat so that it, like, adds more stakes. Because, like, oh, well, if Leomon can't beat him, then how are we supposed to?
Yeah.
So the funny thing is that Leomon's just a champion.
Yeah, but he's a really cool champion.
Yeah.
Man, this is like, it gets to such an extent that it's like, basically like, every Leomon card in the card game has like an effect that gives you like memory or like free draws or some like random benefit when he's destroyed. They know.
They've already prepared the meme.
He's all but the trope namer for Sacrificial Lion. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Sarah Leon dies to save the kids from Melamon, but like Zudomon helps them kill him. Cause here's the thing, Zomon's hammer is made of chrome Digizoid. That's the thing that Melamon's armor and his like body is made of. So by like throwing his hammer, he like manages to crack the like armor of a mega level Digimon, and then Saber Leomon just shoves his claw through his chest from like behind and like takes him out.
That's fire.
It's really cool. It's like Zudomon starts out like Gomamon is so lame, and like as soon as he starts evolving, he gets progressively like better and better.
Gomon's design, at the very least, it's up there with the rookie designs.
Yeah, and you get to Zoomon, and it's like, dang, he's just taking out dudes left and right, huh? Zoomon gets crap done.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, Ceruleumon's fur is coated in a potent paralyzing venom. Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, you would expect it to be like poisoned fur, would you?
That's dangerous.
Yeah, because it's like Digimon fur, it's all like needle sharp and stuff, so it can like actually just sting people. It's very weird detail. I have no idea why it's a thing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna go pet Saber Leo.
Yeah, when Joe starts getting his shit together, so does his partner. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unfang-like ability. Yeah, meanwhile, Puppetmon's killed by Mega Garurumon, and Matt rejoins Ty's group. Yeah,
No.
yeah, they just kill him.
It's
Not that
Like, it's a bit more an effort than that. They have to, like, the whole thing where they, like, destroy his hammer, and he's, like, forced to run, and, like, Matt tracks him down and stuff. But yeah, no, they just burn him. They just blow him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, Kari gets sick and starts dying. Oh, shit. Gotta find medicine in this industrial city in the digital world. Yeah, let's hope they have human cold, like, antibiotics or whatever.
What?
Yeah,
I mean,
this...
it's implied to be way worse. It's not a cold. It's like
Yeah,
pneumonia or
I'm
something.
underselling it. It's like, it's literally like the stakes are like, if they don't get medicine, Kari could, like, die. She has, like, pneumonia or something.
So that's not good. Oh, I remember this. I felt really upset because I stand Kari. I stand Kari.
I should mention this is a really, really good episode. Cause it's like the entire time, it's like Izzy and like friggin' Machine Dramon are having kind of like, a hacker battle, like, there's like information wars going on, and Izzy's like trying to like, lead Ty around and like figure out, how to maneuver the enemy. And meanwhile, Ty's just getting progressively more and more frustrated. Cause like his baby sister could die and it's hitting really close to home. Like, it's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Izzy uses his laptop to learn where the mess is to find him where to go, and Machine Dron tracks his signal and sends his Machine Digitron after them, which includes like cyborg like dragons and like sentient tanks. And they just start bombing the city. Yeah, they managed to, like, outthink Machine Dron for a second, and Machine Dron's like, screw it, I don't care, just take them out. And he just starts, like, blowing up block after block until he just blasts them into the sewers. Crap is, like, wild. It's such a good villain introduction.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What an asshole.
Man, Machine Dramon's so cool, though.
Machine Dramon is a cold, unfeeling machine.
Fun fact, one of Puppetmon's techniques is to tell rapid-fire lies so it can spear you with its nose as it quickly grows. Yeah, Digitron's weird, ain't it?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I expected this kind of shit going in.
Just to keep lying.
Just rapid-fire lie.
Just wait until you learn about Petermon and Captain Hookmon.
Oh, fucking Jesus.
Captain Hookmon is the literal worst. It's just an old guy. It's just an old guy who's dressed like a pirate.
It's just an old pirate guy. Like, he barely looks like a Digimon. Oh, man. So, yeah. Where Mon's just like installing a bunch of Nuamon, and Kari glows possessed by homeostasis and frees them as they worship her as a god. This is not entirely inaccurate.
Also, Warumonzimon, imagine like the big yellow friendly bear, except evil.
Yes.
He's also got like a metal claw arm, I think.
And he's
it's a weird belt arm. Yeah. But yeah, this applies to Amon, or maybe even most Digimon just know about homeostasis, and maybe even Yggdrasil. It's very, like, unexplained. Because it's like they seem to just sort of, like, know what's going on to some extent. But at the same time, at this point in the series, I should mention, we have not yet heard a single person mention homeostasis or Yggdrasil, either by name or by implication. This is the first reference we get to, like, the thing controlling Kari being, like, a god of some kind.
Almost as if the concept didn't exist in the series at this time.
Yeah.
Wait, you're telling me that they went back and retroactively created these characters?
There must have been something in mind for Kari glowing and being possessed by an otherworldly being. I don't know if it was what they eventually arrived at, though, when they came up with it.
I feel like you could look at the entire lore section of this, like, stream, and, like, you could say, like, pretty much all of it's just a retcon. All of it except for, like, the Genai and Puppetmon stuff. Like, sorry, the Gen Piedmon stuff. Side note, yeah, I forgot to mention, but yeah, like, looking back, like Taigig and other Agumon makes, like, way too much sense in context, doesn't it? Because you think about it, it's like the entire goal of doing them partners is to, like, like, 1, save the world again, and 2, to, like, give them the crest so they can, like, evolve to Ultimate. So, yeah, of course they gave Tai, like, the same type of Digimon he evolved last time. Because, like, yeah, that's the best chance you're gonna get.
I mean, if he's done it once, he could probably do it again.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like you'd look at that, and, like, now in, like, hindsight, it's like a few things make a bit more sense. Like, like, Agumon's the first one to evolve into Greymon, he's the first one to get to, like, Mel Greymon, like, little things like that, and it's like, yeah, because of course, right? He's like the original,
Yeah.
This is the one, like, pairing they know will work.
And that has totally nothing to do with the fact that he's kind of the main character of the show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah. But yeah, also Antromon's back. He's back, guys.
He's back.
Yeah. He's just in the sewers, like, forming Machine Digimon to guard of, like, a war against Machine Dramon.
I think the implication is that the industrial city that they're in was once the factory that they showed up at.
Yeah.
And that's why Andromon's here.
Yeah, I should mention, it's like, each of the Dark Masters is controlling a different type of environment. And when they defeat the Dark Master, that type of, like, area returns to how it used to be a bit. It's also very much worth knowing, as I should probably have mentioned earlier, that, like, every time we see a Digimon die in this arc, or since they came back to a digital world, every death you see the data fly off to, like, the top of this mountain, Spiral Mountain. So Digimon, yeah.
Literally a spiral of the areas that the Dark Masters control.
Yeah. So it's like
it's hard to explain without a visual.
Yeah, the reincarnation cycle just straight up, like, is not in play anymore. The, like, friggin' primary village has been destroyed. Everyone who's dead is, like, seemingly dead for real for now, including Leomon. And all its data is just going up to an unknown source for some unknown purpose. Whatever could it be? Who knows? Could be anything.
I'm sure nothing evil will come from this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
It could only mean good things.
It's fine.
See, where Monzimon gets just blown up by Machine Dramon for its failure, and it's really brutal, as you'd expect by now.
Oh, Monzimon.
Maybe the visual won't help that much, but that's Spiral Mountain.
I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like that's pretty unhelpful.
It's like a section, like sections of the digital world are all twisted up and fused into this.
So yeah, all the Numamon just, like, Machidron comes to fight, all the Numamon just jump at him, and they all just die horribly. Like, immediately, like, en masse.
That's awful.
Yeah, then Andron tries to fight Machidron, and it just doesn't work. And I like how this, like, plays out, because there's this fun little detail where it's like, of course Machidron is just this big, crazy, like, monster robot. But it's like, because he's a big crazy rot dinosaur, he physically can't like bend over far enough to like have clearance to fight in the sewers. So he's pushing like, friggin' Andron forward as Andron tries to hold him back. As he's going forward, his head is just breaking through the ceiling. Like, it's just like dragging through the like area above them. Because he's too big to fit. It's like, holy crap.
Why would he just blow the fucking sewer up?
Man, Kari uses the power of her crust to re-energize Agumon somehow. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Yeah.
And Agumon just evolves into Wargron, just kills Machine with his anti-dragon arm claws. That was easy.
Remember, Machine Drummon.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah, he just sort of like rushes through him and immediately de-digivolves, and Machine Drumon's like, what? And like, Agron's baby form is like, oh yeah, hey, you might not have seen it, but we're Gron, I slice you like an onion! And Machine Dramon just starts falling apart, and he does the cool, it's the cool samurai thing where the slash happens afterwards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
That, cool samurai fight where they both clash through each other, and then...
Yeah.
The one falls.
It's really cool, but it's also like, damn it, this was a really awesome villain, and they're just gone now. Also,
3 down, 1 to go.
Also, I should quickly mention, there's another really great, dub line we just skipped over. Because there's just a bit where they're like, alright, it's like before they kill Puppetmon, right? And it's like, Puppetmon just walks into a frame, and he's like, hey guys, what's made of wood and has 4 strings? And everyone's like, Puppetmon! And he's like, I was gonna say a violin, but good guess.
I was gonna say violin, but good guess anyways.
That was a good one.
It's so dumb.
That was really stupid.
Man, I swear, if someone could take, just, rebalance the, lines and keep, the, dub just voices and all these dumb gags and stuff, and keep the subs music, this series would be, fantastic.
Yeah.
That it is already.
Wait, what?
I said not that it isn't already fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's already pretty good. I won't say, flawless, because of course, but it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, Machine Dramon's a composite Digimon made from Andromon's shoulders, Mel Greymon Megadramon's arms, Mel Mommymon's cannon, and Mel Tyranmon's torso. All 5 of these Digimon are prototypes created to fuse into Machine Dramon.
Mm-hmm. Sounds normal to me.
Yeah.
Machine Dramon is supposedly the ultimate machine Digimon.
He is really cool. I like him a lot. Oh, he also in Matt falls into the dark evil depression cave, and he gets better. Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, that sounds like it sounded like it was brought up to be important, and then really didn't pay off for anything.
Yeah, it's like Piedmon just controls the dark areas of the world, so he just controls depression and stuff. It's whatever. They don't focus too much on it. Matt falls into the depression cave and climbs out, and then Sora falls in a different one, and he pulls her out. So yeah, Piedmon fights Wargron Melgarumon, and oh god, Piedmon's just turning everyone to keychains, and the only way to escape is through the creepy clown circus tent. And TK and Kari are the only ones who manage to escape.
Obviously.
I should mention there's a really dumb thing with the dub that becomes really, glaring here. Just that it's of course originally it's everyone has different names for different, attacks, because it's the anime thing, right, But in the dub, for whatever reason, they just took, the first, attack name a Digimon uses, and then they just use that for all their other attacks. So there are moments where, War Greymon is drilling through people while screaming Terra Force, And there are moments where Piedmon is like punching rocks really hard and he screams Trump swords.
Oh my god, that sounds just so bizarre.
There's a certain Dragon Ball Z dub where every attack Goku does is the Kamehameha.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
In fact, I think everybody does the Kamehameha, like everybody's attack.
Yeah. The Gallic gun is Kamehameha.
Yeah, like
Oh,
everything.
man.
Yeah, and Vegeta also blows up a city, but it was empty because it was Sunday.
But yeah, TK finally evolves his Angemon again, and TK finally gets an ultimate, and it just fixes everything.
Yeah, so if Angemon was strong, Magna Angemon is even stronger.
Magna Angemon is a freaking beast.
Yeah, he
Just
went
an absolute unit.
from priest to pope.
Yeah, funny you should mention that. Magna Angemon has a priest mode.
What?
Yeah, it's like a non-combat mode that can like switch into when it's not fighting.
That's
I believe Magna Angemon's original name is Holy Angemon. And I think I looked up what Magna meant at some point, and it roughly means holy. So
Yeah.
good translation.
Good translation.
Yeah.
But yeah, did not know this crap going in. This is interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mimi and Joe show up with reinforcements. They're riding like friggin' the like Unimon that Joe beat at the start of the series, and they have like all their friends back to help like fight against Piedmon as minions.
They come in like the riders of Rohan.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like Magna Angemon just opens up like a gate to like subspace, and he just sucks all the evil Digimon into it.
Wait, he could just do that?
Yeah, he'd just do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems like a really strong ability, because you don't actually have to, like, beat your opponent. You just have to get them through the gate, and then they're just, like, somewhere else. And they're just not a problem anymore.
Isn't that... It's just like, send them to the Phantom Zone.
Oh, man, server calls for aid. Yeah, they are on the continent of server.
Yeah.
The beacons of server have been lit.
Man, Days save the Dark Masters are finally defeated, and Genai tells them there's still one bigger threat to the digital world the Digimon need to beat. Kids have to fight Apocalypse.
Oh boy.
Yeah, remember that guy from way back in the lore who was like distorting space and time?
Alright, children, now you have to go fight the little embodiment of the apocalypse.
He's the literal.
Fun.
Yeah, he's the embodiment of the recycle bin.
Yeah. I would argue the embodiment of the apocalypse would paradoxically be like Armageddon, maybe.
True
It was
enough,
a different thing.
Yeah,
I just thought apocalypse it worked well.
yeah.
Turns out Apocalypse is pre-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun fact, Piedmon and all other undead or demon man Digimon come from another dimension. What? Alright, sure.
What? Hey, all of them? Even like Devimon?
I don't know if the like Holy Angel realm is another dimension, but maybe? Yeah, no, it's very confusing.
What?
Apparently this is canon though, because it's on the wiki, and I believe they trust their sources.
These are one of the dimensions that Ty probably accidentally sent them through in the dub when he fucked up that puzzle.
Yeah, it might just straight up be the Dark Ocean, but like I have no way of confirming in the adventure continuity.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, lots of wild crap goes down. Pokemon reveals he's able to his de-Digivolve Digimon, breaks everyone's crescent tag so they can't Digivolve Tolter or Mega anymore. That's a problem! And like, I should probably mention the Pokemon in this fight, he has absorbed the data of all the Dark Masters and evil Digimon they have killed. So his little like arms are like turning into like Machine Dramon and like, you know, Puppetmon and stuff and doing their signature techniques. And it's like, oh, well crap, we have to fight them all again.
That's cheating.
Yeah, and the Pokemon erases the data the kids are made of and they have to will themselves back into normal existence from quantum space.
What?
Yeah, crap gets wild.
Wait,
Yeah.
he just deletes the kids and then just will themselves back into existence?
Yep, he just takes apart the particles of data making up their bodies, and they have to like will themselves back together. Don't worry about it. No, go for our equivalent to Necron. Oh yeah. Yeah, and they all go through like a big thing where they're all like, yo, oh yeah, this is what love means to me, and yo, my love is gonna like shine the way, and yo, Ty's like, yo, I used to be scared of dying, but now I've got the courage to move forward, and they all have their little like things they go through, yo.
That's all I got. I'm always so brooding, but it's all because of my friends. They've always got my back.
I should mention the Pokemon in the dub gives like a legendary speech where he explains his mom's ace like, why do you always get the good part of life while I'm just stuck in the shadow? Answer me that, yo. Why do you get the pizza while I'm stuck with the crust? And Mimi responds, I can't take all of these food metaphors.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah.
Stupid, though.
That's a good point.
It's so dumb. He mentions in the dub that, like, he has round blue tubes for, and I quote, hot and cold running water. This is not canon.
Wait, what? Wait, he's a shower?
In the dub, apparently.
Again, it's a dumb.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that it truly is evil, because then you gotta figure out where the right spot in the shower is, you know.
Gotta make sure you're under the, like, a Pokemon arm just right, or it's gonna, like, you know, just miss where you want it to be.
Yeah, you turn
Yeah, you gotta, like, wait for it to, like, come at it before you step in, or you're just gonna, like, burn your, like, chest hair off.
You turn it too far on the blue one, and then you're just freezing to death.
Yeah, it's a whole process.
God. I know that it's not canon, but that's so fucking funny.
Man, kids realize they had the power of the crests all along, kind of. So it's like, as long as they're together and they just feel their emotions really, really strongly, they can literally just evolve using the power of friendship and love and hope and stuff. And they all just seal a Pokemon away with their Digivices somehow. And they stop him from blowing himself up.
A little cliche. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's the Digivices literally just do what the plot wants them to. First, the important thing to note. Everyone's crests and tags are just kaput, so, like, everyone just has to be together if they want to go to Ultimate again, I guess.
Yeah.
Or not, it's very inconsistent.
Well, you know, it's the power of love.
This is going to get, like, so much more confusing in, like, the next one of these.
Oh god.
As we just reach the point where the series just shits itself to death as hard as possible. Hey, fun fact, a Pokémon's self-destruct attack is strong enough to destroy entire dimensions. Really?
Really?
This thing will take out the entirety of, like, the friggin' dimension of the digital world.
Yeah,
and just blown it up.
Just would have, like, evaporated it.
Keep in mind, like, the real world depends on the digital world for, like, technology to work. So that just destroy all technology on the planet that's not fully analog.
Yeah, it would send us back to, like, fucking, I don't know, it's the steam-powered days.
It would send us back to, like, the friggin' Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
So welcome to the world of outrageous mega Digimon abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God they stopped that crap, huh? Oh man, the world's saved, and thanks to time dilation, Izzy calculates that they'd make their summer break last 110 years without anyone aging, if they just stay in the digital world. I want that to sink in for a second.
What?
These kids, if they just stay here, they could have just lived to, like, be, like, just hundreds of years old, and only, like, a week will have passed.
But never age.
Yes, because they're data in the digital world.
That
yeah,
is
then
awesome.
they just be able to, like, just pop back, and it's like, oh yeah, that was such a good summer, guys. We spent, like, over, like, a century together, just having fun with our friends.
With our Digi friends.
Yeah, it's too true, though, and everyone has to leave for the real world in 2 hours, because time is synced up again. Nah, the thing causing the time dilation is gone, and the digital world will destroy all foreign objects for some reason. Don't worry about it. It's totally not bad writing.
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah, because there's a solar eclipse coming, and it'll reset itself or something. What? Except it just, like, sweeps for foreign objects.
What is it? Hold on, guys. We got a system update. We need you to leave.
Oh no, my AA battery suddenly stopped working. Oh man. That's the weird thing. I feel like batteries would probably work. It's just like nothing you plug them into would. Because like batteries are just like, like a chemical reaction, right? So you could still get electricity, just like nothing that could use it.
Could you imagine? You're just sitting there in your house watching TV, all the power goes out, you go to get a flashlight, turn your flashlight on, doesn't work.
Man, that's not the worst one. Like, remember, like, there are points in this series where, like, digital, like, creatures, Digimon are, like, pose a threat, and people straight up bring up, like, oh yeah, if this thing attacks, it could, like, stop DARE from working, and that could knock out hospitals.
For lots of people who need that medical attention. Also, Stock Market would crash.
Planes would be falling from the sky and exploding on impact. Like, it would be so bad. Holy crap.
Cars would probably start hitting each other on the streets from, like, just their engines stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone says goodbye to their Digimon forever, and they all board a trolley car to return home. And it's like a really good emotional finale. It's like, yeah, we gotta go together, we're waving goodbye to our friends, we're gonna, like, leave, and maybe we'll go see them again some other time, and, have another adventure. The dub plays us on Hey Digimon, which is a song that you will now realize is just the tune of the Macarena, but with new lyrics. You will never be able to unhear it now. And the end for now.
Yay!
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, and that was awesome.
So do we have any questions or thoughts or whatever?
Where does the movie come in on this? Is it like part of Adventures 2 or?
It's kind of confusing. It's like, because like 02 is just like continuing the story.
Right.
So yeah, for the sake of like, just keeping a slide from being like 100 slides long, I was like, I should probably cover the movies with 02, because it's like, this is a good little like end point, and then it's like, oh yeah, here's the like, like post time skip like future saga or whatever.
Yeah. We've been going for a couple hours at this point.
Oh yeah, we've been going for like 3 hours, 20 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing I know about the Digimon movies is the fact the song "All My Friends Are Metalheads" by Less Than Jake makes an appearance in one of the movies. It's the background song.
And then they got
Digimon movie has a great soundtrack.
Could this be more 90s? Turns out it could. Effing like the end credits scene for the dub version of Digimon the movie is Kids of America.
Yeah.
Effing Green Day scores that film, and you get so much 90s cheese.
Man.
And hell, listen to Jake with that "All My Friends Are Metalheads" because that song is straight up ska. It's a straight up ska song.
I do know one thing about the movie is that it opens with a really stupid fucking animation from Canada.
Digimon is canon Digimon.
Yeah.
I wish I was joking.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Angela Anaconda.
Yeah,
they decided to open one of the movies with.
Yeah,
because and from what I know, I think Angela Anaconda ends up failing.
Oh yeah. If you want to know more about that, go look up our Digimon the movie video, which was released on April 1st, where we spend the first 30 minutes talking about just the Angela Anaconda series. In homage to that movie's opening.
I know the creators of that show.
Man, Angela Anaconda is so fucked.
It's the stupidest fucking shit.
Yeah, that show is ugly as hell.
The entire premise is that effing Nanette is bad because she's French and she's a good student, and Angela just it's hey, oh, I hate that they know things. Oh well, I'm just going to revenge fantasy about murdering them, and then that's the episode.
So is that episode just anti-French Canadian propaganda?
Yes.
I mean, probably to an extent, kinda, I guess. Also, Angela's teachers are nudists for some reason. They're either nudists or they're implied to have an exhibitionist kink.
Incredible.
There's a specific line where yo, Angela's parents are talking about her teacher, and they're oh yeah, it's crazy to see them with their clothes on for a change, and she's what? It's what? Excuse me?
Now that show was actually probably made by people who were on drugs.
Oh man, wait till we get to Digimon 02.
We won't get into that.
Yeah, you will feel the drugs when we hit Digimon 02, which I'll need to make another sub goal. Sorry, not another sub goal, another point goal for at some point.
Yes.
Oh man, I had to space it out
again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I suggested it.
Man, if Adventure is nutty on its own, 02 is such a train wreck. They literally just looked at established plot points and continuity, and they're this is optional. don't worry about it.
Think about it another time.
Oh man, I also want you to put a pin in that whole dark spore thing for a moment, because holy crap, just holy crap, you do not know where that's going.
For the next one you make, there should probably be a short recap for stuff that's going to matter.
Yeah, I'll process a short recap of oh yeah, just stuff that mattered, and it's alright, yeah, here's the movie, and we just go from there, and it's arc by arc, and then we end before Try or something. Because I've got my hands full researching the friggin' Wonderswan for that one.
You fucking went out of your way on this one, man.
I am not looking forward to researching the Wonderswan.
Ain't that bad, kid.
Oh man, it probably isn't, but holy crap, is that out of the way? Oh man, so like any questions or any final thoughts or whatever?
Final thoughts is I remember this a whole lot more than I thought I did, especially like the Puppetmon stuff and the Myotismon. See, I got the first arc and the second arc kind of confused there for a bit.
Yeah,
like I was thinking the villains were switched around. But so that was interesting to figure that out.
But you have not seen any of O2 yet, have you?
I don't think I think I watched the movie and then I kind of stopped watching Digimon after that.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying you might have watched like the first episode or something, but like not anything like substantial.
Yeah, it wasn't like I don't know. It wasn't one of my favorites. There was a couple of things that I might have seen that could have even been from another series that because it was just on TV and I watched it.
Man, O2 is friggin' wild.
Yeah, that was gonna be fun.
Any like final thoughts or anything for you, Peter?
Not really.
Did this make you want to watch and or play Digimon?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
And now you're all caught up for if I want to show you friggin' Digimon the Last Kazuna or some crap.
Yeah.
Just watch the sub. Unless you just want the really goofy version, but the sub is good, like, really good on its own.
Yeah, if nothing else, I think that's the big takeaway is that it's like, watch the dub for memes, watch the sub for, like, plot, for, like, score and stuff. The sub is the better way to go, but, like, boy, does the dub have some memes. Boy, does it have some dumb bull crap.
It doesn't have Puppetmon.
Oh my god, we skipped over one of the dumbest dub change. Well, yeah, no, one of the dumbest dub changes, and it's Sora's cousin.
Yeah, I was thinking of like mentioning it, but it's like, where do I end? It's like, well, it don't really matter. It's like,
yeah. So in the original, the kids hitch a ride with a total stranger to get back to where they live. In the dub, they hitch a ride with Sora's cousin, who just happens to be driving by
and looks nothing like Sora.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because hitching a ride with a stranger could be wrong. Yeah, then like Sora's quote-unquote cousin and the guy she's with try to like just hit on like Mimi or some crap, and they just like nope the heck out of there.
He's 11.
Yeah, it's so weird. Oh, man.
What happens is one of their Digimon poops in the seat and he gets mad and like threatens them.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sora's cousin.
There's so many double ones like that we've just kind of skipped over.
I tried to bring up as many of the weird dubisms I could, but I can't get them all.
I should have like probably included more, but it's like the slide was we were like 95 slides in.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did so much already. It's fine.
You did a lot, Duff.
Oh man.
Yes, it was an excellent presentation.
I love the just effing first line out of TK is he's like, my name is TK and I'm not as big as I look. I still don't know what that means.
Oh, I remember another dumb dub moment. The Angel Woman versus Lady Devimon fight.
Yeah, that's
the
should we really be watching this?
Even in the sub that's good. It's like, alright, there's a moment where they're going to Pinemon's lair and they're just like, oh hey, we have to fight Lady Devimon. And Antron just like starts attacking her, and they just start like slapping each other and like, you know, grabbing hair and crap, and Ty's just staring, just blank face, just like, I should we be watching this? And Kari's like, yeah, go get her, Angelomon, do it, rip her hair out.
Kari is like super like vicious. Is like, get her, yeah.
Yeah. And in this sub, Angelmon specifically says it's on, bitch. It's so good.
That's so funny. It's not
And that's the fight that launched 1 million fanfics.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one where everybody's like, "Why aren't they fighting in the mud?"
It launched 1,000 fanfics, and somehow they kind of became canon.
Fun fact: there's a fusion between Angelmon and Lady Devimon.
Yeah, it plays it up super hard. It's honestly a really cool fusion too. Like Mastamon is rad. It's like half angel, half demon. It's got cool, like, crazy energy blast. Mastamon's such a cool Digimon. Oh man,
you fucking killed it on the summarizing it. Like, I don't think you left much anything important out. And I love the way that you just put some things like, yeah, okay, well, this happens, don't question it.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was, like, fun for sure.
And I love the one time that I had a question and you didn't put a, yeah, okay, just don't ask it. You were like, shut up, it doesn't matter.
Out of the time, you just have to kind of accept that things are the way they are.
Yeah, the Digivice just works on wishes. It does what it wants. Shut up, power of friendship.
Throughout our Digimon podcasts, that's always what I would say when the Digivice did something unexplained. It's just like, the Digivice does what the plot needs it to.
It's literally, it is quite literally a god in the machine.
Yeah, the Digivice does what the plot wants. Shut up, don't think about it. And
Pretty much.
gotta go.
They gotta go. There's a lot of instances in our podcasts of like, oh, the villain's done all these terrible things. They've gotta go.
They gotta go.
They gotta go.
Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream now. Like,
Yeah. Peace.
Later. You are free now.
Yep.
Free.